that it?
That's the 400 blows.
That was the 400 blows, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time.
That was episode 5 of the Critter Pit.
Yeah. Well, that's like 3 minutes.
That's pirating.
Yeah, we just pirated the whole film.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
This is an illegal podcast.
Yeah.
So welcome back. That was fun.
That was fun. That was a fun little bit.
That was a good bit, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very
I hope
funny.
you enjoyed listening to
It was
2
clever.
minutes of straight blowing.
Now you may be wondering why we were blowing.
Yep.
Because we did 400.
If you were
400
counting,
blows.
we did
Someone
exactly
needs out there needs to
400.
count.
Yeah.
all
I
the
don't know if we
numbers.
did exactly
It
400.
was pretty accurate.
It was pretty.
I might have messed up the count on both of yours.
It's kind of difficult to keep track with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to count, and I lost count at like 30. Like in my own
I
head.
wasn't even. I was just
Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah.
I'm here for this one. It's me, Graham.
Yeah,
Graham's back.
Welcome back,
back.
Graham.
Yeah.
Round of
We're
applause.
We're having him because he's born 5 minutes from Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
so
French guy.
I
Yeah.
watched the
He knows-
film without subtitles.
He knows French.
Yeah.
But before we even get into that, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. Believe it or not.
Do we?
We have a reply to a few previous casts from one of our valued listeners.
Oh.
You guys ready for
Some
this?
feedback.
Okay.
Because we got a little political last time we had Graham on.
Yep. That
Lady
was
Vanished?
Lady Vanishes, yeah. The last
Oh,
second
yeah.
for.
Okay.
This is his second appearance.
Yep.
And my boy Keegan had a very long response.
Oh, God.
to
oh,
what we were
no.
talking about.
I'm getting some That's So Raven visions from the future. It's like I knew this was going to happen.
This is how long this is. It's a lot.
Okay.
So,
A
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
text.
Okay. This is going to be like hitting a lot of topics, so keep up. So he
Okay.
says, I'm finishing up your third episode, and the queer discourse is still ongoing but mostly settled. Also, talking to police officers is directly related to your personal position, regardless of where you are. They're not trustworthy, and they are violent and dangerous. Europe has problems with police violence, but it's mostly against maligned minorities such as the Roma people, so it's not heard or cared about.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Also, I didn't get credit for talking to a cop outside of the gas station. I told that story. That was Keegan, so shout out.
Shout out Keegan.
And also, the issue with policing is not an issue with who signs up for it. They're trained to become killers, and part of American police training, A, takes place with the genocide force of the IDF, and B, they receive constant training to constantly believe that they are constantly in life threatening danger. And they are trained to dehumanize who they interact with, and they see them as lessers.
Okay.
And they're very bad in Canada. There's a
Yeah.
ton of incidents with them going into native reserves and dumping out their water reserves. And we were talking about starlight tours.
Yeah.
That was the term I was looking for.
Yeah. We really
So what
we
do
should
you-
just get Keegan here permanently
We
as our
should.
producer.
He's
Just
a very intelligent guy.
yeah.
The police officers I can personally say are pretty awful in Canada. I was given
Yeah.
a ticket once.
God damn it.
Fuck, man.
That's the worst thing.
No, it was a
Any-
bad ticket. It was like it's either $400 or $600. Like
That's brutal.
And it would have been worse if it was a couple months later. So it was there. I was going by a school,
Yeah.
and they didn't have like parking for their buses, so the buses would just line up on this street that was normally like decently busy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just block the street for like over half an hour, because they would put their stop signs out,
Yeah.
and like
Okay.
all
Just
the
stop
kids
traffic.
would be loading on the side of the school, so they didn't need to cross the street at all. So anyway, I saw a cop car there, and I'm like, oh, they
Yeah,
probably
fuck you, copper.
yeah, no, I
Fuck
was
you,
like,
pig.
they had
Just
pulled
read
someone
out this
over.
as
I
speech.
assume
Yeah.
the person was speeding,
Yeah.
and so I was like, okay, and I was like, I wasn't sure, so I slowed down to maybe like 5 kilometers an hour, like I was just crawling. I was going slower than like the rolling speed of the car.
Hmm.
I was like, I wasn't sure, and I get up close, and then by this point, I'm like just passing the first school bus that has its stop sign. So I didn't know that if you're on the other side of the street, it counts as well.
Okay.
But this was a wide street.
Yeah.
Like, you could fit probably like 5 school buses
Wow.
driving alongside each other on
Goddamn,
the
the
street.
police,
Like it
huh?
was so
Yeah.
wide. So I'm like looking
It
at it.
can.
I can tell if there's any kids around, and I'm going at
Mhm.
such a crawling space anyway that I wouldn't hit anyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They ticket you anyway.
Yeah, no. So I'm looking at the car, and the one cop's obviously out talking to the person they've pulled over, and I can see there's another cop through his window because I'm going so slow. I can see everything that's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And the other cop in his passenger seat, like looks behind and sees me, sneaks out of the car and then hides behind the cop car just so he can jump out in front of the car and go like, "Hey!" And I was like, "Well, at least you could be like,
Yeah.
redirecting traffic or something." Like,
Yeah.
Telling people what to do.
he waits till I
Yeah.
get close so he can jump out and surprise me with a $600 ticket.
That
That
story
sucks.
sums up a lot of what Keegan was talking about. Just
And
that, like,
You know what? It also relates to the 400 blows.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
have problems
some
with
authority.
authority. Yeah.
so we're very galaxy brained over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything connects.
Everything connects. We're so smart.
Speaking of authority, Keegan had a lot to say on the fascism discussion we had. He
Mm.
said that
Okay.
the castor oil stuff actually happened, which is very easy to believe.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
this was for our M record?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're moving on to episode
Okay.
4. And he was just talking to me about how fascism was a big issue actually post-war because there
Mhm.
wasn't a lot of efforts to eradicate it completely.
Yeah.
There's kind of this philosophy that it was defeated with Nazis in
Yeah.
Italy, but it was still there.
Definitely
There's a
not
lot of
defeated. There's still a lot of
remnants of it.
fascism. Yeah.
And yeah, he also commented on our
Shout
New
out to
York
fascism.
debate.
Our New York debate.
Oh, he also said that in Italy, Mussolini's granddaughter's elected. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a thing. I heard about that as well.
Prominent anti-fascist Piers Paolo Pasolini,
But-
director of Salo, violently murdered.
Hell yeah.
The director of Salo was violently murdered.
Yeah, like right after the movie came out.
That's awesome.
I did hear about that.
That's good. Kill him.
And he said this is his New York thoughts because we were talking about how we
Oh yeah.
liked New York, but we
Yeah.
knew a lot of people who hated it. And he said because he was a bit of a New York hater,
He's a New York
and
hater.
I was kind of like referring to
Okay.
him and a few other people
Yeah.
on the cast. He said, "So I do not care about crime. At most, crime is a symptom of poverty to be met with empathy, not hate. And I don't care at all about New York being physically dirty with garbage or grime. And when I call New York filthy, I mean its character. The people there are the most annoying, arrogant scum on earth. They detest the poverty their obsession with consumption has caused, and that's all the city is. It's a disgusting monument to consumption.
Don't you think?
Also,
I feel
the
like that's
fact
yeah.
that its citizens like to make believe that it's some progressive bastion, like they've just elected a conservative police officer, and they allow their city to host Wall Street, which is one of the biggest
Yeah.
sources of greed, corruption, and genocide. But he says some good food though. The vibes are immaculate,
Yeah.
and the pizza is good.
Yeah.
And Times Square, as disgusting as he thinks it is, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. That's the thing
So-
is the vibes are just immaculate, and I think that
Mhm.
all of the things he says about New York
Very true.
are also true, but also like especially true in LA,
Yeah.
where it's like seen
It's
as
just
such a
like-
progressive place, but
Mhm.
it's just like so shitty and
York's
like
just like
so much
so
like
old.
poverty. Yeah.
and it's just so
New York has that
entrenched.
like history.
Yeah.
LA
and
to
I
me
do
doesn't
agree.
feel
Those the
as-
people.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's my connection.
This one happened again.
Oh fuck! It all went away.
No. Wait, no, because doesn't it save automatically? Yeah, it's at recording too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
No, we don't
we
do it.
we don't do that again.
Was it on the Yeti again?
Oh. Yeah, it is. Damn it. Okay, welcome to the.
Let's just redo it.
Okay.
the
No,
whole
we
thing.
should. We
No,
should. We
I got
we
some
have
good
pretty much
stuff.
everything.
Okay, are we back?
We have to clap though. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
we're
in
good.
there, right?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. Ethan's like.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna
No-
clap
no
again.
Sound, no sound.
Okay, that should be good.
So yeah, where were we?
We're
Just
talking
New
about
York.
New York and LA.
It
I'm
is
not sure where it
disgusting.
cut out.
But I like the vibes.
Yeah, I don't
Great
know if
backdrop.
I 100% agree with everything Keegan said, but I think I can get behind his beliefs.
Since Keegan's our number 2 fan, I believe everything Keegan says, and I fully agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything Graham says kind of overrides
It
'cause
overrides
he's
it.
number 1.
Yeah.
But Keegan is number 2.
Yeah.
It has pretty good
Pretty good
value.
clout.
But yeah,
And
I thought that.
Also, you're gonna love this. He was loving the pod. He
Shout
says
out.
you two have a good dynamic. You feed off each other well and build on subjects well. And he thinks it's a
He's-
great idea because we cover a lot of non-American films, really wide coverage.
Yep.
And it's great.
And speaking of non-American films,
And he said he'd buy some merch.
buy that.
Buy
Merch.
that.
Buy
merch.
that merch.
Buy that merch. So shout
Speaking
out
of
Keegan.
non-American films, we had a film today by Francois Truffaut.
Yeah. Film
I think his
time.
name.
Francois.
I actually just want to go back to the New York thing.
Yep.
Go for it.
It reminded me because he was saying like there's some of the most like
Mhm.
ignorant,
Oh, you're
like
gonna pull up the
entitled
like
people.
I'm an NYU film graduate, sucker.
Yeah.
That video.
Is that no?
Yeah, that's the video.
This is the video.
Yeah. I'm an NYU.
you?
Okay, is that guy real though? Is that because he's
That
an
feels
actor?
Like a bit.
Like,
Because that's crazy. He's like, you're nothing. I graduated
Yeah.
from the NYU Film Institute,
I
sucker.
love that guy.
I graduated from RDP, sucker.
I just watched a short film with him in it a couple days ago.
Is that Safety?
No, it wasn't the Safdie brothers.
Mhm.
It was Ariel
Dude.
Pink. I hate
Dude.
Ariel Pink, but
That guy in a Safety film would go so hard.
he's dead, I thought.
He's dead?
I'm pretty sure he's
What?
dead.
He's dead?
The man
I
in the
thought I read
video
that.
or
The
Safdie?
NYU film graduate.
That guy in the video. The sucker guy. He's dead?
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
No.
Just wait, let me look it up.
Dude, I hope not. That
Am I
guy is-
learning this for the first time on the cast? Is my genuine reaction?
Death. Let's see. Oh, trumpet fight. Because that video was 10 years ago.
Damn. It is a classic.
I can't find it for sure.
When
Oh,
we graduate,
Okay.
No.
RDP, we should go on the streets and yell at buskers.
I am
an NYU
RDP
Yeah,
You're nothing.
his it's not a costume, but his outfit is also
The
awesome.
costume. Does kind of feel like.
It's got penguin vibes.
I was going to say, but that
Yeah.
felt mean.
Yeah, that's some German expressionism. Some
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
It's
reference,
Caligari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out film.
Shout out
Shout
films.
out The 400 Blows, a
Yeah.
film. Francois Truffaut. It's in Paris, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
at least the start is right because
Mhm.
it's all
so
of
shout
the
out old
Eiffel
cities.
Tower.
Speaking of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
speaking of
Paris
Beautiful
is-
city. I love it in this film. It's such a beautiful setting,
Mhm.
but also another like dirty place with arrogant people.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah. Sorry,
Keegan,
sorry to
thoughts on
Keegan.
Paris.
Yeah.
Sorry to Keegan, but I've solidified myself in first place for number one.
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's
bud.
just
Sam
who's
and
in the
Ethan have
studio right
gotten their
now.
fair share
Yeah.
of blows before
Yeah.
we started recording.
We each got
Yeah.
400. So
Yeah.
shout
out,
dude.
dude.
I gotta wait till I see Jake again and give
Jake
him his 25.
gets none.
Yeah. Jake watched the movie. He's not even here.
Yeah.
He only gets 25. I already. made
I
that pretty
disagree
clear.
with that, but
You don't think I? Well, like I don't want to give him none, but like he was rude to me,
he was.
and he's also my brother, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
only 25.
Only
yeah.
25
Only
for the
25 for
bros.
the bro.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no, it was gonna be
Um,
200, just the half.
That's crazy.
standard rate.
That's crazy. That's
For-
too much.
Standard rate for brother. No, but it was because he was
That's the
rude to me
brother
that I went
rate?
down to
200.
Okay.
250
50%.
blows.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 2 sisters.
Okay. I can
Little
see
bit of
that.
lore.
Brothers, no brothers.
How about you, Samuel?
I have one brother.
Okay.
2 brothers and a sister.
Porter.
Porter Robinson is my
Oh.
brother. That's
Oh.
a reference to an upcoming episode.
This episode's also gonna be 4 hours long. So
Yeah.
Strap in.
I got a lot to say.
I got a good amount to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wanna give our plot synopsis, Graham?
plot synopsis. Okay.
Best you can.
We have you're asking the person who like
Yeah.
had the probably the least
Yeah. Do you want to
understanding of the film.
clarify how you watch this film?
Yeah, so I know French.
Mhm.
I'm pretty fluent in it.
Mm.
Like more so in listening than speaking, but I can still speak it pretty fluently.
Yeah.
So I decided I would watch it without subtitles.
Yeah.
And I guess they didn't really get any good sound equipment in France until like the 70s at least, because
Mm.
like any film from that time period, I can't
Okay.
understand what they're saying very well. Like,
Well, you're also a Quebecer, or
Yeah,
5 minutes from
so the
Quebec.
dialect-
yeah, that's
The
true. But there
dialect would be
was
different.
like, what was it?
Did
The
you
Lady
have-
Vanishes. That French was very clear.
Well, that was
understand-
English.
I
What?
guess.
That was English.
Well, no, there was French. There was French at the start.
I guess maybe just because it's being a new wave film, it's more. It's like up and coming guys.
Yeah,
less
so,
established studio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They would have
I
You had
less
same
money.
issues with Cleo, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So that
I think
that makes
it's
sense.
partially like the placement of the microphone,
Mhm.
because I did notice there was some scenes where like the teacher being faced away
Yeah.
from the class.
Mm,
I could barely understand him.
that's interesting. It's realism, bro.
I had to read what he was writing on the board to understand what he was saying.
He's reading.
And even then, his handwriting
Poem.
was pretty illegible.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So-
yeah, he was writing in the cursive.
Yeah.
The plot of the film.
So the plot, there's this boy. He's a little bit troubled.
Antoine Donnell, I think.
Yeah.
Antoine.
Yeah.
Tony Daniel.
One
Tony.
thing
It's
that's kind of
Tony.
interesting, the kids in this movie remind me so much of the people I met from an exchange I did with my school with some kids from Quebec.
Mm.
Oh.
Like
So
they give off
accurate
the
Little
same
troublemakers?
vibe. Little troublemakers,
Little
yeah.
French
Um,
rabble-rousers.
yeah, they were little troublemakers. Anyway, so he's a
Yeah.
little bit of a troublemaker.
They can be
He
little dicks sometimes.
gets
Yeah.
caught writing something on the wall and has to scrub it, and the teacher doesn't really like him.
Well, first he gets caught with like a little dirty picture,
yeah.
but it's not. He just got passed to him.
Yeah.
It's not even.
that
his
was
fault.
him. Okay,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
didn't-
that was
I
him.
didn't
That's
know
why he
that.
got in
the
trouble at
corner.
first. Yeah.
Okay,
Doesn't get recess.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
yeah,
Unfair
that's so
world, man.
rude.
Recess is not a right, Tony.
It's a reward.
Yeah.
Fucking kill that teacher if I was that kid.
Yeah.
Then what happens? He
Don't
goes
take
home.
recess away.
His mom is you kind of get to see what the mom's like when he gets home because he goes and he starts like messing with her,
She's a snake.
her makeup and
He
and
takes some
perfume.
money.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
takes some money. And then you see his mom kind of just yells at him as soon as she gets home.
Yep.
The dad's a little bit nicer.
At
The dad's
first.
silly. Yeah, at first he
At
is.
first. I have a lot of notes on that.
Okay, well, I think the dad was always in the movie is always coming from a place of like he seemed
Some
like
sort
a
of
good
love.
parent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
even
don't
when
know,
he's
he turns
even when
into
he's
a
yelling
dick.
him later, he
turns into a
still
dick.
cares about him.
But I guess that's parenting in the 50s, 60s.
60s. Yeah.
Because at first, he's very silly. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I
He comes
wrote-
in with his little fog light.
I'm like, I love this guy's vibes.
Yeah.
He's super expressive face, too.
Yes.
He's
Mhm.
emoting just wildly.
Yeah.
And he's super fun.
I love how he's joking about his wife's infidelity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in strong contrast to the wife at first, who was very sour.
Yep.
You know, but he's making jokes.
Yep.
He's having a good time. He's
Yeah.
like, he
I'll-
comes home and she's like, I'm not in the mood for these hijinks. And he's like, too
Yeah.
bad, I am.
Yeah. I
love
like the
that.
line where he tells his son, where he tells Antone to like
Tone.
ask your mom if the dish rag is burning.
Yeah.
He's like, why would I
He's
say
awesome.
that?
But as the film progresses,
Winks at him.
he becomes such a dick.
Yeah.
Such a dick.
Nah, I'm gonna.
He just
I don't
slaps the
completely
shit out
agree
of
with
the
that.
kid in front
Anyway,
of the whole
so-
class. I don't know.
Yeah, his parents get annoyed with him, and he decides he's gonna. Oh, that's what he skips school with his
Mm.
friend.
Yeah. His friend makes
Um,
him skip school.
Yeah, Renee.
He was running to class. He was trying to
Yeah,
get
bad
there.
influences.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't realize it was his friend.
Mhm.
See, that's one of the things I missed watching. His friend. You know, actually, in the French version, he does it on. It's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really well. No, so yeah, he skips class. He has to come up with a lie for why he skipped class. So he tells his teacher that his mom
Mom
died.
It was
And the teacher
terrible.
is very.
It's like,
Yeah,
understanding.
why
very
didn't you tell
understanding.
me? Yeah.
I'm sorry, my boy. You know you can always confide in me.
Yeah,
You only
And
missed one
then-
day of class.
Yeah.
and then his mom shows up to school with the
Yeah.
dad.
Uh-oh.
And
Here
oh
comes
yeah, yeah,
trouble.
I counted all of the blows that Antoine received in the film.
And
Only 3.
shit.
I
So
was
why
kind
are
of
we
pissed
out
off.
here blowing 377
the
more
metaphorical blows.
Twice by his dad right near the start, and then once.
times. It's societal
Who slaps
blows.
him later? I think it's the. Is it a
Or
teacher?
the
Yeah,
headmasters
a
or something.
teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, it's it's
At the
the
academy?
it's at the
Yeah.
Yeah,
place
The
he gets
boarding
sent to.
school.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he after he lies to his
intense.
parents, he decides he's like, well, I can't go back to them now. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. So he runs away.
Yep.
And his mom comes to the school later and is like, "Oh, my poor boy, my poor boy."
Yeah, I found that so funny. He's running away, but he's still going to school.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
found that very funny.
Well, I mean, when you're a kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
else are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, definitely.
So his mom decides to turn a new leaf because of the letter he sent to them that basically kind of
Yeah.
So-
Or
It's
he
like-
misspelled your mom and dad.
yeah.
He's like, we'll meet up later and we'll talk about everything.
Yeah.
When I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very kid logic,
Kid logic.
and I love it.
Kid trying to be mature.
hmm
Yeah, so his mom realizes that he probably doesn't really like her very much.
Oh,
so
and
she
also
gets kind of pissed off.
The
about
mom
that.
noticed that when he was skipping school, the mom saw the kid while she was with another man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
She's a
didn't.
little.
Yeah,
I didn't
and that's
realize
why
that.
when
Little bit
she goes to
infidelity.
confront him, she's like, "What do you mean we can talk about all this?" Because
She's
she
very-
thinks that it's about
Yeah.
the cheating or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so he goes back. The mom's now treating him very nicely.
Yeah,
Um,
too nicely.
and then
Offers him $1,000 or
Yeah.
1,000 mille.
1,000
No,
francs.
1,000 francs.
Francs,
I
yeah,
looked
right.
up the value conversion. So
in 1959.
it depends if they're using new or old francs because they're both different. So I'm assuming it's new francs because if it was old francs, she would be offering him like maybe $2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which $2 American, which
That's like $4 Canadian.
yeah.
10% of a Criterion. I don't know.
I mean that's still
Didn't
worth
think
more at
about
the
it.
time. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's new francs, which would be about $200 American or
Okay.
Canadian. I'm not. No, it was American.
Plagiarized.
It
for
must
that.
have been new because earlier in the movie he asks for 1,000, just like
Mm.
from his dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
that
then-
would be about $200.
Then he gives him 100 though.
Yeah, I loved that scene where he's
Yeah.
like, "You're asking for 1,000 francs."
That means you only
Like-
need
500,
500.
which means you really only need 300.
Yeah.
He
Here's
actually at
250.
that
Yeah.
point in the movie he decides like, so did he copy his assignment? I don't think he did.
That happens later.
Yeah,
that was
that's
later.
when he plagiarizes from Balzac.
Balzac.
Well, because that seemed to be the
Fuck, I
moment
forgot
where
to
he's like, you
research
know what, I
something.
am going to try harder.
Yeah. And
So-
he does try harder, but like the only way that he knows how is to copy this thing that he builds a whole shrine to Balzac
Mhm.
and like
Oh,
has
so he
the
did
candle.
copy it.
He did copy the
He loves
assignment.
Balzac.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
gets
he
the
honors
shit.
the ball sack,
Yeah.
and
He pretends his grandfather has died now. Although maybe his grandfather
Yeah,
did
I
die.
don't think
Prob-
it's.
Yeah. But
Sure
he just
did.
like plagiarized the last half of that where he's like,
Mhm.
and then my grandfather turned to me and he said, Eureka,
Okay.
I have found it. It was great.
So yeah, quick note: this film was dedicated to someone,
Yep.
one Andre Bazin, and I wasn't familiar with him, but he was a renowned and influential French film critic and film theorist, and he is
Okay.
the guy co-founder of Cahiers de Cinema, where
Yeah.
Truffaut
The
and all of them.
magazine.
Cahiers de Cinema.
There we go.
Yeah.
Where all of them came from. So that's
Truffaut
cool.
and-
Yeah. So his teacher kicks him out of class, and I think like tries to get him expelled. Like he's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to see you for the rest of the trimester.
He goes fucking too hard on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Everyone
one
was
kid's
too hard
like,
on
hey,
him.
he didn't cheat. I was right beside him. He's like, no, get out too. I don't want to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he cheated. I mean, it kind of. I just thought he
Lost
like
in
worked
translation.
hard. I just thought.
I think he
worked
did
hard and
work
did it.
hard.
He did, but he did,
did.
directly copy
Yeah.
from the book.
Yeah, I didn't know he directly copied it.
Mhm. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Because there's a bit where he's reading from the book, and then it's when he's reading the essay, it's the exact
It's the
same.
exact same. The
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I wasn't entirely sure. I did seem out of place that the teacher was reading and it was so good,
Yeah.
considering how like everyone says that his French is so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he gets kicked out of class, decides to run away again because he's like, I can't go to my parents
Yeah.
now. So he starts living with his bad influence friend,
In his sick
his
house.
rich bad influence friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His sick fucking house has a horse in it.
yeah, he has a
Just adorable.
horse in his room.
Yeah.
A lot of cats. Love
So
it.
many.
Yeah, the cats. That was crazy.
Fucking
So-
loud.
Yeah.
It was not. It was,
Yeah.
Graham has great cat impressions.
Yeah. Is there a cat in the room?
Yeah. Let Raj in here.
Yeah.
But no, the cats. I liked it. It was not synced at all. Any of the cat noises with the
No.
cats I
Yeah.
noticed, and they were so loud. It
Yeah,
was very funny.
that was funny. I think they used like the same like
Mhm.
3 or 4
They used the
cats.
same- Yeah.
To just put
You
them
get
in the other room
best,
for the next.
best
scene.
sound. You just
Yeah.
It was
do it
kind
over
of
and over.
weird. Like I think they tried to make it look like this house had like 20 cats in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They're like 3 or 4, I think.
very eccentric family.
Cute cats though, long hairs.
Whose idea is it to start stealing? Is it the friend?
Um,
Well, because
Like
I
the
know
money?
I think it might have been because they.
initially they
Yeah.
talk about how everybody
Oh
steals
yeah,
from their
because at the
parents.
start he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
steal
Well,
from your
yeah,
parents.
And then they're
steals
like, "How'd you
from
get
the
those cool
parents,
goggles?"
Fuck, I feel so bad for that
bought
kid, dude. They
He's
break
just a
his
victim
goggles.
of
Those-
circumstance.
but
Oh,
those goggles
They
are
break
cool.
his goggles.
well, he's
The-
presenting.
The
Yeah.
fucking dicks, dude.
and put,
Yeah.
like,
What the
friggin' ink all over them.
What the
Yeah.
fuck, you guys?
What was up with that one
So
kid?
That
cool.
pissed
Right
me
at the
off
start,
so
the kid
much.
like is trying to write and he keeps ripping out the pages and throwing them out.
I think it was just a silly little bit. He
Yeah, a
just
lot of
like
kid
kept
stuff.
spilling the ink and he couldn't
Mhm.
get the ink right on his pen.
So
Yeah.
bad for that Goggles kid.
Yeah. I feel bad for all the kids
Yeah.
except for the rich one.
Yeah, no,
It was
I feel
all his
bad
idea.
for
Awful.
especially the Goggles kid though, because he's probably having 600 blows. You know,
Yeah.
probably
I don't know.
800 because
I don't
they're
know if he
breaking
had
his
it worse
fucking
off.
goggles, dude.
Worse off than our main guy here.
Dude, if that kid still had those goggles, he'd be getting like thousands of blows.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Fucking poor bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked those goggles. They kind of reminded me
They
of
were
like the
sick.
German
I wonder,
German
do
safety
people
goggles. The minions
actually
wear.
dress like that ever, just casually in any period of history?
With the
I
goggles.
feel like
Just
They
maybe.
dressed so well in this movie. They're all
I
wearing like
love- I
little
actually
ties
love
and
the
like
school
trench
fits.
coats. Yeah.
The school outfits, man, they're actually very nice.
I like the
Just
main
the
guy's turtleneck
turtlenecks.
as well. That's really
Sorry,
I like
cool.
the
should
main
I should
guy.
get back to talking about the story.
The
Oh,
plot.
yeah.
So, where was I? Yeah, so he gets kicked out of school. He decides to live with a friend. They start stealing stuff.
Mhm.
First from the parents, and then like they steal like a poster from outside a cinema. I don't know if
Hmm.
did they might have snuck into like a
Like amusement park thing.
no.
That was
I think
earlier.
it was I think it was like a peep show because they had all the pictures of women up on the wall, and they
Mm.
stole one of the pictures.
Okay.
So I think they
Was that
snuck
coming
in.
out the carnival or the theater or whatnot? Or-
think-
I think it was
So-
supposed to look like a theater, but I think it might have been a peep show
Okay.
that they snuck into.
The
'Cause
little rascals.
I do know
Yeah.
there's one part where he's in the back of the police car and they're driving away,
Oh,
and
love that
there's
dude.
like brothels and clubs everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he
Okay.
admits to going to a whorehouse.
Yeah. And when he's
Love it.
driving away, there's a big sign, like neon sign. It's like, les nus le plus osés, which I think is like the skinniest nude women.
Oh.
It doesn't
Hell
specifically. It doesn't specifically say women, but I think
Yeah.
it's saying like the skinniest
Nude.
nude people.
Yeah.
Women. Oh.
Okay.
They're in the red light district there.
Anyway,
Maybe
yeah.
there
So
is
they're
more to the title
stealing.
of 400 Blows.
They decide to steal a
Typewriter.
typewriter from an office,
Yeah.
and
His dad's office, right?
Stepfather or something.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
stepfather.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the rich kid's stepfather or the?
That's what
mean-
it says on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they steal the typewriter. They try to sell it to some guy, but he's like, tries to rip them off. So they're
Yeah.
like, hell no. And he's like, you know what? We're not going to get any money from this. I'm just going to take it back.
Yeah.
So he takes it back, and
Stand up. For
that's where he
themselves.
gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, come on, like the kid's bringing it back.
Yeah. Where's
I,
that
just
I don't
keeps
think he
happening.
should have had the hat. He should have been like,
I love
"Hey, I saw some kids run out with this typewriter, and
leave it on the
they
doorstep.
and they dropped it."
Yeah. No, I don't think the cops would have believed him anyway.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, maybe.
the down police?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, those
Kid just
police-
keeps
have
getting-
You guys read?
Or French police, Keegan? Let us know.
Yeah.
Have you guys read or seen Les Miserables?
I have.
No.
Yeah, like he goes to prison for like years for stealing
Yeah. A loaf of bread. It's during the
Well, that was specific,
Food,
but yeah, those
shortages or
French
something.
police
Or the revolution?
during the revolution.
When
Yeah.
everyone had
guilty
no
until
food.
proven
Do
innocent.
you hear the
people sing?
Our
singing
sister was
the
obsessed
song
with that
of
shit.
angry
So
men.
I
What happened to her?
she's passed away. No. I don't know. I never watched it though. I think Russell Crowe's in it,
In the movie,
and I've
the
heard
bad
he's a very
movie.
bad singer.
Yeah, I've only seen the movie once, and I remember thinking,
Okay, just a
singing the
PSA
song
for
of
people.
angry men.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
Don't
no,
call
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Just a
Les Mis.
don't call it Les Miserables.
Les Mis.
I've
Just
never
call
heard
it-
people call it that.
I've heard so many
Les
people call it Les
Miserables.
Miserables
Les Miserable.
or just Les.
I love
It's
that.
just say like lay, as in lay down. Miserable. That's good
Miserable.
enough.
Les
That's
Mis.
better. That's
Les
closer.
Miserables.
Can you just say Les Mis?
Les Mis.
Les Mis. Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
that's
that's
what
all right.
people
What's the
say.
translation for Les Miserables?
Yes.
The Miserables.
Yeah.
Miserable, huh? Fuck, that's French are uncreative, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, where was I? Yeah, so he gets arrested for the typewriter. His parents are like, I think there was talk of the parents sending him to like military school
Yeah.
too.
Kind of the whole time, this overarching
Yeah.
threat.
Very much like
And-
The Sopranos.
Then
Yeah.
he goes to prison, and his parents are like, his parents don't want him to be locked up, but they're like, just scare him.
Yeah, they want their boy to stop misbehaving.
Yeah. And they're like, we've tried everything, but we just want you to scare him. I think that'll be good. But then they're like, no,
Scared
he
straight.
stole a typewriter and gave it back.
This kid
He's
is
going away.
fucked.
Yeah.
So they send him to like basically like
boys
juvie.
Yeah, it's like
boarding school,
juvie.
yeah.
Yeah, because all
Yeah.
the kids are talking about what crimes they did.
Yeah.
And the
I love
mother,
that scene.
the mother is like, I want him to go to one by the sea. I'd like him to see the
That
sea.
was nice at least.
Yeah.
At least she
I,
knows
I don't
something
think he
about
got to
them.
see the sea, but
Well, he did.
well, yeah, he did. Like, I don't think he would have at the school.
No.
Yeah,
There's a funny story at that place. That one kid, when they're all telling their like stories of why they're there, he was telling the story about how his father would play the fiddle
Yeah.
every time he was like
He would
crying.
he would cry and
Yeah,
then
he'd
he would
play
make
it-
this sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
he's
him
just-
and he
crying.
broke the dad's fiddle because he was
Yeah.
pissed off. He
That-
threw it in the
which
water.
is just like the funniest imagery
Yeah.
to me.
You do that to my
Just-
son. This is what you sound like.
I want that
a lot of
kid's
bad
story.
dads in this movie though. Like
Yeah.
no kid has a father that's like, their father at birth and
I wonder if that's a theme.
whatever.
Where
Nah.
was I? Yeah, so he ends up at the school. He sees his friend. His friend comes to visit him, but they don't let him in or something.
Yeah. Sorry.
Or you
Yeah,
can
he's
go-
like, see ya.
He's very sad about that.
And then the mom comes to visit, and you get a very important scene where she's talking to him about, like, you can earn your freedom. Really, like honestly, like, I was just Auschwitz imagery right there. Like, work makes you free.
Yeah.
Work will set you free.
Work will set you free.
Yeah. But yeah, she pretty much just says the freaking Auschwitz motto to him, and all he can look at is her new hat that she's bought,
Yeah.
Fuck,
new
man, she's a
fancy hat.
snake.
Yeah.
Both the parents are snakes.
That she's bought or one of her bosses has probably bought for her.
Oh,
you know.
true. No, because I did kind of understand that they were partially like so impoverished because she was spending all their money.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was part of it, yeah. And when the
yeah.
dad buys the fog light, he's like, he was secondhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
racing club.
then
Yep.
I love that.
It's
and
silly.
then he runs away, and that's it.
That's it.
He doesn't get anywhere.
The
He
ending
just
is
runs away.
uncertain, but it is pretty certain in a way.
What,
Yep.
that he's gonna die.
Now he's just gonna
No,
constantly go through this.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's uncertainly certain.
Yeah. I'd love
don't
to see a
know-
sequel to 401 Blows.
There is actually a lot of films directly related to this.
That's right. This
Yeah.
is kind of a
So this character, Antoine Dunau,
Yeah.
Tone as I like to call him,
yeah.
is a semi-autobiographical for the director,
Truffaut.
Francois.
Okay.
And I think he made 5 of these, all with the same character. And
Is it the same actor?
I think so, yeah.
Because this guy, he's been in several new wave movies. He's in La Chinoise. It's one of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
he's
Chinese?
yeah. He's one of the he's like the only
One of the
guy.
commies?
Yeah, he's one of the commies.
Fuck yeah.
But he's kind of the one that's like initially really into it and then kind of becomes a little hesitant at the end. Yeah.
I don't remember the characters from La Chinoise.
He looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has a good style. I like his hair. It has like a big cowlick.
I like how there was a scene where he's like brushing his hair down.
Yeah.
And he's like, he still tries.
Yeah. It's cute.
Yep.
He's a great actor.
You're talking about the
And Tone.
400 blows.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
400
I
blows.
think
Yeah.
this is one of the best child performances I've seen. Like really,
He's great.
Really,
I don't
great
think it's the
stuff.
best ever, but I thought it was.
I think it's
it
up
was
there.
very believable. I think
He's no
Like-
Macaulay Culkin.
I found that with French, the child performances are almost always better. Like,
Interesting.
there was a short film. It was nominated for best short film, I think in 2019. I've talked about it a few times. It's called Fauve.
Okay.
It's from Quebec, and like, well, it's highly disturbing, not necessarily in showing anything, but just in the cinematography, in the music, in the concept. It's like a very nightmarish concept.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Kind of a spoiler if you guys want to watch it, but
Uh oh.
I'm not
I'll
going to
listen
try to
to it.
spoil it majorly. It's basically these two kids, maybe around like 8 to 12 range.
Yeah.
They're pretty young though. I think closer to like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
These two boys, and they're out in they start on the train tracks, but they're kind of in the wilderness, and they're playing this game of kind of like chicken where they're messing with each other and fooling around, and then one of them will like fall off of something and be like, I broke my arm. Like,
In
like
French, please.
freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, brisez mes bras. Something like that. And then like the
Multilingual.
other one's like, nah, you're faking. You're
Yeah.
faking. And then they keep up the act until the other person eventually is like, okay, are you okay? and then they're like, I got you, I got a
Oh.
point.
Fuck, that's funny.
So they're doing this back and forth, and then they go to like an open air mine,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
and
Open air mine.
so it's just like it's a mine that's not underground.
Yeah.
They just
Like
mine
when you're
all
doing a
of the earth.
mountain.
It's like
yeah.
a quarry.
It's not like a very deep one particularly, but what happens is they're mining all of this, and you kind of get like clay or like concrete, basically, and it gets wet. It's not exactly concrete because
Yeah.
it doesn't set,
I'm seeing the image you're setting.
but it creates like if you've ever gone into like somewhere muddy and you like step really deep and then you lose your boot
Yeah.
and you can't get it out.
Yep.
It's
Been
that, and you can kind of see where it's going from there
Yeah.
a little bit. It's pretty.
So shout out. What's
It's
this
pretty
called?
hard. It's called Fauve. Fauve. I really recommend you guys watch.
Okay.
it. But that one, like,
I'll have to
I
check
could
out.
not stop thinking about that for a week afterwards. Like, it is.
Quebecois short film
disturbing.
fauve.
I showed my dad, and he was like, "It was all right."
It was all right.
And I showed my mom, and she could
F.A.
not finish it. As soon as she saw the open air mine, she
do
was
you
like, "I'm gonna be sick."
Yeah.
No, stop it.
How do you spell this?
Fauve.
Fuck.
It's on YouTube.
2018.
28.
17 minutes. Oh, it's looking familiar.
It's looking familiar.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like the French, like that also reminded me of like the Quebec Exchange. It was
yeah.
very all
Silly
all,
children.
All French kids are the same.
They're all
Yeah.
misfits.
Yeah,
I think the performance in this is great, but it is hard to gauge when you're not a speaker of the language.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I thought just off his like physicality and facial
Vibes.
expression and vibes,
Yeah.
thought he was killing it. He
There's
felt
not a
like,
whole lot of talking in this movie
no,
either.
but
It's-
yeah.
Like,
there
just
was
the
only
scenes-
there was one specific part where I could clearly understand Antoine, and that was when he was in the correctional facility, and the woman was like asking him all the questions, and he was
weird questions.
I like when he
Like,
just
that's-
summarizes his life.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of that scene.
I love this.
That was pretty much the only scene where I could
Yeah, I like it a
understand
lot.
everything he was saying.
Did we like this movie? We should get
I
to
did.
that point.
I liked this
I
movie.
quite like this
I didn't
movie.
like it as much as no, never mind. We haven't watched that movie yet.
Yeah.
The Killer? You
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
you'll
we haven't
like
watched it.
more.
I think I'll probably like The Killer more.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
based on.
I like this one more than The Lady Vanishes, though.
Yeah, this is like not as good as Seven Samurai.
Not as good as Amarcord.
I don't know if I like it more than
Yeah.
The Lady Van. I think I like The Lady Vanishes
And-
more.
Okay.
With The Killer, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm probably thinking I'll enjoy this more than The Killer.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll
I
say-
think it just has so much more to think about and chew on. Because like with
Yeah.
The Killer,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm
Oh.
assuming it's just action, action, action,
Yeah.
which I love.
Just
but
assuming
also
here. We haven't watched it yet.
gets a little repetitive.
Yeah.
There was one thought I kind of had, and I was thinking about watching this. I was like, if someone lived like a very privileged life
Hmm.
and never felt any sort of discontent for their parents, I feel like they would have trouble understanding this film.
But there's no way that anybody
Yeah.
doesn't have discontent for their
Yeah.
parents, no
I think
matter
it's
how.
universal. I think
Yeah.
this film is very universal.
Yeah.
We haven't all ran away, but we've all felt
Thought
like
about it.
We want to run away.
But in
Yeah.
the case, if they had never had that thought, because a lot of it is like very subtle, like you can tell what Antoine's thinking by the
Yeah.
cinematography and
oh yeah, I have something to say about the cinematography.
framing
It's
and everything.
great.
Like
It's great.
the hat scene where he sees his mom's hat,
Mm.
like you know that he often looks off into space,
Yeah.
and he just not that he's necessarily intentionally ignoring stuff, but he's has a hard time paying
Yeah,
attention.
He's a little
concentrating.
kid, he can
And-
have like ADD or anything.
Yeah,
and just
something.
in those times, it just get fucked.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So
Nothing
his
you
mom
can
is
do.
talking to him and trying to comfort him, and all he can look at is her hat.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
With
if you didn't know,
Yeah.
if you didn't know discontent if you didn't have any discontent in your parents, you'd be like, why is he looking at her hat? Like,
yeah,
that's
But
what I
it's packed
feel.
with so much like emotional thematic meaning.
yeah.
And I think the cinematography correlates so much of that because you have this great setting of Paris, and especially those scenes where he's
Huge
just
city.
wandering and he's just wandering through this like historical architecture. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Just seeing him like dancing over it pretty much, just
Yeah.
running and skipping and jumping, just being a kid.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Just all the frame shots of him against this like just so old.
Yeah.
All this architecture. And I think there's
of history.
interesting things to to like correlate or to think about how he's just walking through this kid lost.
He doesn't care about it,
Yeah.
right?
And there's so many great shots, like the shot where he sleeps in the printing factory, and he gets there for the first time, and it's a shot where he's like, the space they inhabit is like a third of the frame less, and you just have all the machinery like dominating the frame. And it's such a cool shot, just
Yeah.
visually translating all the meaning of
Yeah,
that film. It's
and then
really cool.
also when they're in the carnival and he goes on the like spinning,
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna
That's
say.
Yeah,
very
I-
cool and just very
If you've never
thematic.
like been on one of those or even heard of them, like seeing that scene must have been like,
How'd they do that?
but like, just,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this barren room? And
Yeah.
they all walk in and they spin.
Well, I thought
They'll
that
go
was
against
even
it.
weird. I
Everyone's
haven't
just-
seen one that looks like
Everyone's just
that.
Yeah.
looking down. It just struck me how odd the concept is if you've
Yeah.
never been on
those
one
those
of
are fun
those.
rides though.
They're so much fun.
Yeah, you just
I've been-
go, get stuck to the side.
I don't get very dizzy going on those rides, but I got very dizzy watching that scene. For some
Yeah,
reason.
that me
Well,
too.
I was thinking on the rides that we have like that today, they're not often like open like that, right? It's
Yeah.
like closed.
I've been on plenty of open ones.
Okay, I've
but
only
they've
ever
never been
seen-
inside.
I guess
Always
the
been
only
outside.
open one that I've seen was like at I think Westerner, and it goes like it went up as well.
Yeah,
it didn't
the ones
just
I've been on like fucking
yeah.
spin.
Those are really
Well,
cool.
I think part of the reason why you get dizzy in that scene, I think it's like, what's it called? Like, it's like vicarious. Like
Mhm.
you're seeing
Yeah.
the actor get dizzy.
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
trying to fight it, and that's
gets
'cause
literally
I was
disoriented
watching it.
and
Yeah.
and I was
upside
seeing
down.
everything spinning, and it was completely fine watching everything spin until he started looking dizzy himself.
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh,
Oh god.
That scene's
saying-
great. There's
yeah.
just so many like great just metaphor scenes in this film.
Yeah.
Like that. Like
yeah, that's
it's life, you know?
very-
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's getting spun around upside down and everyone
And
just-
everybody's
all these
watching and
blurred faces.
expectations
Yeah,
and
it's
The
just-
great.
saddest part of the movie was how
The ending.
much he tries.
He does,
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
always trying. Like,
reminded
yeah.
me
and
of
he's
the
a good
Simpsons
kid.
episode.
He is a good kid.
It's the
You see when he
Simpsons
gets-
episode where
he gets home-
where Bart tries to write the essay.
And he still fails.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Good double feature.
Could double feature right there.
Yeah.
Bart is Antone.
Yeah.
I think probably there
Very
probably has
similar,
been some
actually.
Yeah.
inspiration.
I can see it.
Um,
The hair, the spiky hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right at the start when he gets home and he sets the table for his family.
Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
he's
It's
doing.
so
He does
sweet.
everything. and
Everything
even,
that he's asked.
he even tries to work on his homework. A
Yeah.
little bit,
At the table.
And they yell
And
at
then
him.
No,
doesn't
this is
do
not
it.
the place.
God, the parents were annoying me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the parents, how do you judge them? Where-
I
Yeah.
No.
no, I think the dad is an all right guy. Like,
Until he hits his child.
Yeah. But
yeah,
also,
but even
that's
he
the
says that they've
standards of the
tried
time.
everything
Yeah.
with him except for beating
So
him.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like you seem like a good guy, and you would be a good dad maybe in a different
Yeah.
century.
And does the dad know? He knows that it's not his kid, right?
I think so.
Okay.
It's not his kid.
No, it's not.
I didn't get that from them. Okay.
She had him before they were married.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he must.
Oh, so you know what? He probably figures that out.
So yeah, seems like
Because
there's a bit of.
And she
There
just,
is
like,
the
seems
part
to just, like,
where
keep
just the
cheating on
mom comes to visit him, and I feel
Oh.
like that could be because he found out that
Yeah.
it's not even his kid.
or he just is kind of giving up on him, right?
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
sad.
Yeah.
He was so nice.
Yeah.
He had a
I
great
feel so bad
face.
for the kid the whole time.
I think the mom, when she starts being nice to him, like it's very clear she does not know how to be a parent.
Mhm.
Like even
yeah,
when she's
I
being
get the
good
vibes
to him.
that she like had him pretty young,
Yeah.
and it's just very
Well,
bitter.
yeah, because
you
when
know,
he's talking
a
to
little bit,
the
because
when he's
how she characterizes him is as a nuisance, is
Yeah.
as baggage. You know,
And
he's so
then
annoying. I can't
you-
deal with him.
That even shows through in like the relationship she has with her husband, right? It's like she probably only married him so that this guy
Yeah.
would have a father
So, like,
figure, and
I didn't like the mom personally, but then you also get the
You
vibe
kinda
where it's like,
understand.
yeah, you've seen this. You know, it's a person struggling, trying
Yeah.
to do their best. Same with the dad. Same with everyone in the film.
Yeah.
You know,
there's the counselor scene where I gotta assume it was in the subtitles, but he basically said that he was living with his grandma for the first
yeah, first
part
few
of his
years,
life,
and then the
and
grandma
his
got
mom
too
wanted
sick.
to abort him, and the grandma is the reason he's alive.
Yeah. Then the grandma got not too sick, but just too old to take care of him, so he went back.
Yeah.
yeah, that was great. And I think that connects with a scene earlier in the film when he was running out to the store to buy flour. Right before him, there's these two ladies talking about birth and like C sections, and you see his face, and he's so disgusted and so like put off by it.
Yeah.
And you assume, it's because he's a kid, doesn't want to hear about that stuff, but you can connect to that idea of abortions and the
Yeah.
medical
Yeah.
necessity
Just-
with it.
Just
So
knowing that at such a young age too is like,
yeah, it's a great connection.
yeah,
It's a great film.
great film.
Yeah.
First time I watched this film, I really did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
I have a
Tell
bit
us.
of a story
Tell
about
us,
this
tell
one.
us.
I went to see this film in theaters on a Tinder date.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were like only 6 people in the theater, and that movie felt excruciatingly
Yeah.
long. I was just sitting there being like me and this person, the vibes were not there. So we were
No
just
second
sitting in
date?
the theater. No second date. Although I would like just a person I'd see around the city a lot now. We
Okay.
go to the same shows. We're cool, but
Okay.
it was just like bad,
Call 'em for the
weird vibes.
recommendation.
No, just weird vibes the whole time. Just like this
I don't
movie is
think it's a
never
great-
gonna
You should
end.
have been
Yeah, I
like,
don't think
It
it's
is
a great
not a
date
good date movie. And then the
Did I
last
get
like
one blow?
7
you say
minutes.
that?
Yeah, I didn't say that. And the last 7 minutes of the kid just running, and you're just like, oh my god, it's still going.
And then you're like, maybe I should start running.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
the vibe? Should I start
It
running?
is. Before that, though, before the date, I went to a cafe that's just right beside the theater.
Oh, yeah.
And my dental hygienist came in, and she was like, "Oh, Sam, like, how are you doing? Like, your arm healed, hey?" And I was like, "What do you mean my arm healed?" And she's like, "You broke your arm." She was like gaslighting me into thinking that I had broken my arm.
Oh, my
And I was
Lord.
like, "No, I didn't break my arm." She was like, "Yeah, you did. You broke your arm. Remember? Because last time you were there, you had a cast on." I was like,
Wrong person, lady.
and then her husband was also there.
Oh my God,
So it
that
was
sounds
just like,
awful.
really weird day all the way through.
I think you broke your arm.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that has recovered.
It has recovered. Yeah.
Nicely.
Very nicely. I've just been gaslit into fully
Yeah.
thinking that now.
You start getting like a phantom pain. Like,
Exactly. Oh, my arm.
Yeah. Today again.
Yeah. So that's my story.
That's
about
a fun
the
story.
Blows.
So you
No,
liked
I
it more
think-
this time.
Felt
I
so
hope.
much shorter. I was like, this is a fast movie.
Before it might have been a 1-star.
I think a
Before I would have
depressing
given it like
movie.
a 2.5, where I was like,
Damn.
I understand its value, but it's
Yeah, that's a good, like-
excruciatingly long.
I didn't vibe with it, but it's a great film.
Yeah.
Nice score.
Yeah, I think a depressing movie like this just isn't good for a
No,
date.
especially
Depressing
like
scene
foreign
where he's
language,
fucking-
where it's like,
He's in the
Yeah.
car and he's driving away. In the back of the car, I mean.
Yeah.
You just see the tears in his eyes. So sad.
it's so sad.
That poor boy.
My boy, Tone.
Yeah.
Shout out Antoine.
Yeah.
Tone.
I was like thinking of like framing techniques in movies.
Mhm.
And one of the things is like if you project vertical or even horizontal bars onto someone, then it can symbolically show
Prison.
that they're trapped.
Yeah.
But they didn't really do that in this movie. They just had literal like anytime there was bars on him, it was because he was literally
He was trapped, yeah. But he's
So-
also trapped in the life. You know, it's
Yeah.
There is a cool shot early on with 3 mirrors where he was
Yes.
like
Yeah,
looking for
I-
the money.
mirrors.
And then
Yeah.
there's
I
3
remember
mirrors.
that. I
Which-
remember thinking that.
It's
was
his mom stuff, so you can think about vanity,
Yep,
you know,
there you
reflections
go.
of him, all these like judgments of him, who he needs to be, who
Yep.
he wants to be,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of the excess kind of wealth.
yeah,
Just
the excess of the mother.
consumption, yeah, you know,
compared to
and
him.
where that puts him, where that frames him,
Yeah.
and I thought that was interesting.
Even like the dad points out, he's like, "Where'd you get that pen?" Right?
Mhm.
Because he's like, "We don't have any money. You like
Yeah,
you couldn't
you've been
have got this
trading a
pen."
lot lately.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
There was also that also makes me think a little bit when the mom bribes him to get good marks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's because she thinks that
She
money
thinks in
is all that.
monetary values.
all that
Yeah,
money,
all that
yeah.
matters.
Like that.
But it does motivate him
She would have for sure owned
Yeah.
slaves, dude.
for sure. If she could have.
She was hot though.
Would you have been one of her? Yeah. What's it
Yes.
called? Yeah,
Yes, dude.
absolutely.
You'd take 400 blows from her.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
that's what the actual title
So
referenced.
many
Yeah.
deep meanings to this.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So
The
many
400
deep
blows
meanings.
that the mother gave.
And I was thinking, there's that scene where he drinks milk from a glass bottle. And I was thinking,
Purity.
would milk taste better from a glass bottle? I feel like it would.
Um,
I think the experience would be better.
That's like
Well,
the
yeah,
classic
first off,
way.
it's an
'Cause
early,
you have
earlier.
that cold like glass against your lips,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think it would enhance everything.
Yeah.
so
'cause
that would
that's-
probably be like more purely milk, right? Like it'd have the fat.
Because
like,
I
it would be-
love milk. I think about this a lot because I drink a lot of milk. So
Yeah.
I think that might be the best way to consume it.
drink
So
a lot
that's
of milk.
first and foremost a
drink so
1900s.
I'm not
That's
saying
a-
there's a correlation between things, but
That's first and foremost a 20th century reference. the milkman.
Yep.
I am a
milkman.
No, I think the milk might taste better. I actually grew up with bagged milk.
Fuck off.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Giving
Ontario.
Canada a bad name.
5
dude.
minutes from Quebec.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like
Bagged milk in
bagged milk
Canada.
does not exist like anywhere except for in
How
like
does that become our national?
Eastern Ontario.
How
Yeah.
does that become our national identity?
it's an Eastern Ontario. thing.
Eastern
Well,
Ontario and
that's
some of
where, like,
Quebec as well.
What's
There's
the
bag
fuck?
milk.
So
It's
what's
very
what's
big.
the experience with the bagged milk?
So
So-
buy the bag and you put it in a little pitcher.
Yeah, so everyone
Oh, so
has
the,
pictures.
The bag's
in their fridge.
Yeah.
disposable. You get rid of
Yeah.
the bag. You don't keep it around. In the
So
bag.
you buy basically like a big thing of like it'll have like 3 bags of milk.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people do is they just buy that and throw their milk in the freezer. Which does alter the taste. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I could
I'm
see
not
that.
gonna
Does,
pretend
yeah.
like it doesn't change
What
the
the
taste.
fuck is happening, you guys?
I grew up drinking like thawed milk.
Yeah.
So to me, like the taste is all right. Like it's
I've only had
nostalgic.
Have
the
you-
thawed milk once. I did not like it.
I think
Yeah,
I've
if
had
you
it.
didn't grow
How
up
about-
drinking thawed milk,
Yeah.
you cannot drink. It's gonna be awful.
Here's the question on everyone's minds: do they ever pop the bags?
Do the bag? No,
Have you
because
ever
they're.
experienced any?
I've
Are
never
they clear? Are they
experienced any.
translucent?
Yeah,
They're
they're
clear, yeah.
translucent.
How much branding is it? Is it a plain bag of just milk?
So the bags themselves are plain. Actually, I think I've seen a white bag, like a non-translucent bag.
So weird.
But
So weird.
normally they're translucent. There's no branding on the bag itself. There might be like a best before date printed on the
Have to
bottom.
be. Have to be.
But they come in a big thing
Were-
that has all the.
was there like flavored milk in bags? Because that would be pretty wild.
I think so, but I
Chocolate milk
think
in a
I've only
bag?
seen chocolate milk in a bag.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on flavored milk?
Better frozen.
Yeah, better frozen. I don't know. I
Cooled.
know I don't like strawberry milk.
Yeah, strawberry milk, you get a very strong artificial taste.
Yeah.
Chocolate
Yeah.
milk. so
Chocolate
good.
milk to me is kind of like in between. Like sometimes it hits, sometimes I'm like not in the mood for it.
It always
I'm
hits
not gonna
for me.
enjoy it.
Chocolate milk is generally very good. I would say.
I don't know. I
Banana milk.
I don't like it that much. I haven't had banana
I
milk.
had banana milk
It's
in a
I
long
want to
pretty good,
try
actually.
orange milk.
Orange milk was
Orange
my
milk.
least favorite type of milk.
Really?
I went on like a bender of trying like every single milk type.
Because I've
for a
only had
while.
the 4.
Milk
Actually,
to go
5.
has like a million flavors.
The worst one is fucking like the Oreo flavors. I hate those.
Cookies and cream kind of.
Yeah, I hate
Okay.
those ones.
How about
I'd
blueberry? You read blueberry
that
milk?
would hit.
Yeah,
That
blue
would
milk.
hit. I've never had
Pretty
it.
good.
From
I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen blue milk before, but I don't.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
No,
You
not.
chugged it on,
I
like,
didn't
a
watch
alien's
Star
tits.
Wars.
Good. You're
I didn't
better
even
off
know
for
about
it.
the blue milk until like a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Star Wars is brain rot.
Well, when we do eventually do a Star Wars episode, we'll have blue milk here.
Yeah, for all of us. We should do a milk tasting episode.
Yeah,
that would
just-
be awesome.
Is Clockwork Orange in the collection? That's a pretty milk heavy movie.
I was thinking we should do special episodes.
Yeah.
I think the last episode we should do IRL before the summer. We should do something special.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, that's neither here nor there. What is here is the 400 Blows.
Yeah.
Great film.
400
Let's
Great
talk
film.
about that ending.
blows. I'm seeing 400 right now.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
400 blows reference.
400 blows. This is the film they shot the 400 blows on.
Oh,
film.
Super
Yeah.
400.
Super 400 black and white
So,
film.
Let's talk about the ending,
a
though,
good film.
because this is what this film is remembered for. You know, is
It
the
is.
ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's the
that
most iconic.
long tracking shot.
He makes it to the ocean,
Yep.
but now what? And I think it's one of the most powerful endings I've seen. It's so simple,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's so like feels so natural, you know, how it works.
Even
out.
just the way the kid is running, it's not dramatic. It's just like a tired kid would
Just
be
a
running.
kid,
Yeah.
doesn't know where he's going.
Yep.
It's great. You feel the length of the run.
Yeah.
And in that final shot, did you know the freeze frame? It wasn't even the intention. He just didn't even have it. He didn't have enough footage of the kid turning his head.
He just
So he just fuck it, and it
Yeah.
works so well.
It does.
It just captures that emotion, frozen in time.
It makes me like, what would you even do with a sequel? Like, it's such a good ending, you know?
I think
like,
the sequels aren't like strictly sequels. I think they just capture
oh,
in that,
just
like,
different
points
periods
his
of life. Okay.
I don't even know if it's like super continuous. I'll have to research it.
Yeah.
All semi-autobiographical though.
Are they in the same cinematic universe?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where's the
thank God.
post-credit scene?
Is
I
there a
am
French
gonna
New Wave
say-
cinematic universe?
There probably is, because they all share characters because they're all
Yeah.
cinema geeks.
I like the freeze frame. I think the zoom speed makes
It's a bit fast.
to me it looks it's really ugly looking.
Hmm.
Not the kid, just
It's hideous.
it's hard to say.
Hideous
Yeah,
looking
like to
kid.
me it
Little
causes
uggo.
almost a physical reaction when it zooms in on him. I'm like,
I
ew.
think
But
it's a tad fast, but
yeah.
I still think it's very
I
effective.
think
Like
yeah,
almost
just slow it
intentional
down
though,
a bit.
where
I feel
it's
like it
like
could look
just a little jarring at the end too.
This is what I was going to ask
Yeah.
you, since you're our French New Wave expert here.
Not that much of a French New Wave expert, but
Out of me,
let's
I
go.
don't know about you, Graham, but I'm very unacquainted with French New Wave.
Okay.
I saw the one. So I took film history before I failed it. I failed
Shout
it
out.
just because I didn't hand in the assignments, but
Yeah.
I was doing very good. I got like 90s
Yeah.
on the tests. And I saw Breathless. So
Yeah.
Okay, film.
I got
I've
that
also
one
seen-
as well.
also
Breathless.
seen Breathless.
Oh, we've
I
all
like-
seen the same three French New Wave films.
You haven't seen La Chinoise.
No,
Oh, that's New Wave. I
Yeah.
forgot. Fuck that movie.
but yeah, Breathless. I liked Breathless. I'd say out of all of these French New Wave films, I like Cleo from 5 to 7 the most.
Okay.
But that's
'Cause-
probably a controversial opinion. I feel like
I
most
liked
people would
Cleo.
like that one the least out of the three.
Yeah.
They're all pretty
I think
similarly
my
ranked for me.
ranking in
I like.
them, it's very obvious.
Yeah,
It
they're
goes
they're
along-
very like close together
Yeah.
in ranking. It's hard
I
to
saw
put one over the other,
Breathless like as a teenager. Didn't
I-
like
I
it that
saw
much,
Breathless.
But I thought
but
it
I
was
didn't
kinda-
okay.
particularly like.
Yeah,
Saw
I need to
Cleo.
rewatch Breathless.
Yeah, definitely. Saw Cleo a few weeks ago. I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
And then I saw this, and I'm like, I'm all for it. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So I think this is my favorite of the 4 New Waves I saw. It's great. So, what's the new wave here? Where is it apparent in this film?
Well, I mean the
The freeze frame.
freeze frame.
Yeah,
Or that
and there
just,
was
like-
there was other freeze frames in
Yeah.
the film, but it was mostly just because I think he didn't have enough footage when he was
a little
is that
bit.
like on the street, middle class issues, filming in location? That's
yeah,
new wave.
those
right?
on location. New
Yeah,
wave
outside
issues with
filming.
authority figures.
Okay.
It's new wave, but I mean that's kind of pretty common in all film.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely the themes are very
Because
new wave,
it
but it
didn't-
doesn't have as much of
yeah,
the
the
like
editing-
cinematic like conventions.
It didn't
that,
feel like even Cleo. I think was more bold with that than this.
yeah.
But I think it works perfectly
this
fine.
is this is early new wave, right? Like,
59.
Yeah,
So
this would have
not
been
even
kind of right at
60s.
the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wait, this was 59 or Cleo was 59?
This was
This was
59.
59.
Don't know about Cleo. But
I thought this was the 60s.
no,
So maybe it wasn't the new because I'm.
It
pretty
is.
Sure
no, this
the-
is new wave. Truffaut is
No,
definitely
no, I'm
new
thinking
wave.
of the money, the monetary
Oh,
value.
new Frank.
Oh,
'Cause
It would
that
make
was
sense. I think it would
introduced in
make
the
sense if it's
60s.
only like $2 that they'd be giving him. He's just a little kid and stuff.
Maybe,
yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that was introduced in the 60s. I saw something about this film being like 64,
No.
3 or 4.
No, because in '65, Le Chinois was released, and he's like at least 10 years older than that.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Not 10.
Alright.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, great little French New Wave film.
Yeah.
I really like going back to that Balzac, that like book he was reading.
Mm-hmm.
He was reading about like a eureka moment, you know.
Yeah.
Searching for that.
What character was that? It was, or
That was the main character who was
I
reading
know,
the
but
book.
it was
Archimedes.
Archimedes, yeah.
And he's like, this is the eureka moment, you know, the moment where it all clicks and it all comes together, the answers I've been looking for. And I think that's a really great thing to look at in the context of the ending.
Yeah.
Where it's like he was looking for that.
He thought he
the
would
ocean,
finish.
right?
Yep.
He's like, this'll
Solve
fix
my
something
problem.
for me.
Yeah.
But he gets there and just that fucking beautiful shot looking at the camera.
Yeah.
It's like there is no eureka moment.
Nope.
In life, it's just you
A
get to where you
series of
want to be,
blows.
but it's all just
Some blows are good, some blows are bad.
internal, external.
Yeah.
Nothing
One
is
thing I
fixed
wanna-
by the ocean.
One thing I want to point out, I just think it's funny. Like, so I don't know Archimedes. I don't know if English takes that from like the original kind of. Was that like? Is that Greek?
Yeah, I think Greek. Eureka.
So does that take that from the original Greek pronunciation? And if so, if English takes it from the original, then French just completely butchers it like on purpose. They just
yeah.
use their own pronunciation.
is
They
the
don't try to say
pronunciation of
like
Eureka?
Archimedes or
Oh.
anything. No, I'm saying Archimedes,
Archimedes,
like
yeah.
the pronunciation of it. They say Archimede.
I think that the k sound is that's Greek for the C.
Yeah,
so,
they just say because ch in French is sh.
yeah. No, so,
So
I
they
think it's
say
probably closer in
Archimede.
English then.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, they just butcher it.
Such a different word. Like you probably wouldn't even be able to
recognize
tell
it.
if
Yeah.
you didn't know French.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the music in this movie too. It's very whimsical and very fun.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
loved the music.
it's like bounding around. Almost.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
I loved the one. It was usually when the two kids were together, Antoine and the other, I don't know the other kid's name,
Renee.
little blonde kid.
His rich buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Renee.
Renee
When they
Little
were running
bitch.
around town, that song that would play. That reminded me of something too. I don't know. It's very.
I
like,
agree. It did remind me of something else, and I kept trying to hum what I thought it was during the film, but I couldn't get there.
Yeah.
Great film.
I think.
Would you buy this one?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd buy this one
I
as
would
well.
probably buy this
I
one.
think.
Yeah.
This one.
What was I gonna say?
This one feels a lot more iconic than.
Lady Vanishes.
Not Lady Vanishes. I love
Cleo.
Lady. No,
But
I'm not gonna.
Lady Vanishes isn't that iconic. Like this
No.
this movie is
I
iconic.
did. Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything about Lady Vanishes is iconic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Miss Froy is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Everybody
Joy.
knows Miss
Dude,
Froy.
Miss Froy, when she coming into the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
She's vanished
Yeah.
from the MCU.
400 Blows. It's a beautiful film. Perfectly captures just childhood shenanigans and romping about,
And then just the worst luck.
and then just the worst shit.
Yeah.
I actually might have to watch it again. I think
I'd
I would
rewatch
like it more on a second.
Yeah,
Even
I definitely
like,
did.
I might have to watch it with subtitles. I probably
Aw.
Yeah.
but
breaking down.
if I were to watch it again, I'd probably watch it with
I'm
subtitles.
sure if you
just
watch
'cause-
the Criterion release, the audio
Yeah.
would be peak. We're not
Well,
sponsored by them yet.
I watched it
So-
on my phone, by the way. I haven't
the one I
it on
watched
my phone
was
in a
the
minute.
Criterion release,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was on a pirating website.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No. He means Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Which he
Disney
pays
Plus.
for.
No,
She's all paid for.
I don't
$17
advocate
a month.
piracy, but that doesn't
Fuck
mean
Disney.
I don't see the occasional piracy.
Piracy
Some,
is
Yeah.
I
a moral
slip-
necessity sometimes.
I mean, there are movies
I-
that you just can't find.
art
Yeah,
belongs to
I'm
the
of the
people.
Yeah.
I'm of the personal belief that we need piracy. I
Yes,
think it's,
especially. Okay, I'll
those
defend
greedy
piracy.
capitalist
Keegan's gonna
pigs
have some
at-
things to say
Keegan's
about
gonna
this.
love this.
Criterion.
I'll defend piracy to the death when it's like I cannot watch this film. It is
Yeah.
not available in my region. It's nowhere. Moral necessity to pirate. Piracy in any other circumstance, what are you gonna do?
It's better to be seen. you
For
know?
me,
Exactly.
also, there's
And
the
who-
necessity of
who is
like,
it affecting?
if
Right?
it's not
Yeah.
available,
If it's an indie film,
Everybody who
little-
made this movie is dead. You know?
if it's an indie
Yeah.
film, the moral like.
well, that's also a
thing-
case where people say piracy is a victimless crime, and there's the whole like FBI piracy is not a victimless crime.
Yeah, because it's
like,
like
who am I hurting? The
Yeah.
people that made like
'Cause
millions of dollars off.
I
this
don't know how
movie?
it
Like,
works usually, but I don't think cast and crew usually make subsidiaries and like recurring
No,
payments from film.
The
It's
people
all
that
just
do make the
fucking,
recurring
like,
payments are already the rich people.
it's the
You know,
top-
like
it's the top guys. It's
Yeah.
the studio heads.
So-
it's the producers. So
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
But
Their
if it's-
artful contribution.
if it's in like a
contribution
theatrical
is-
run and it's like, oh, I want to see a sequel to this movie or something,
Yeah.
like, or I want to see more stuff from this director, gotta go see the movie.
I
Put
definitely-
some money
your,
into it.
vote with your dollar, people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely do like to support things. Like
Yeah.
even in the
Like
case of
Who Killed
of-
Captain Alex? You know the guys who did that.
who killed. Oh yeah, no, I
It's
haven't.
it's this African.
I don't know how
Village.
I would get that without pirating it. Unless
I
he-
bought
unless-
I bought the Blu-ray from them. They shipped it
Nice.
to me, and it's
Does
the
it-
best.
Straight
like,
from Africa?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
awesome.
Does it have
dude.
the Joker track on it, or is
I
it?
think yeah. it
Okay, I
does.
think that's
I haven't
the
watched it
only
yet, but it
existing
includes like
version.
stickers, booklets,
Nice.
a poster.
Hell yeah.
On
No,
it,
I actually might
on
have
it, they
to
wrote,
look it up.
"You killed Captain Alex, Ethan." It just makes my heart.
Oh.
They know my name.
It's so sweet, dude.
I love Who Killed Captain Alex.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
I'm
even
waiting.
heard of it.
Okay.
You haven't? It's like the best like
can-
Hollywood action
Okay.
film.
Special episode?
Obviously,
That
if
would be
you,
sick.
If
That'd
you
be sick.
compare this movie to like any film from any, like even anywhere, any competent film, the film is awful.
Yeah.
It is
But
so confusing.
It's
the
amazing
plot.
because the passion. The
Yeah,
passion
the
is
passion
so
is
dope.
it's so good. It's so crafty too. Like they have like guns and everything in it.
I
like,
wonder
they-
what Nick
they-
would think of that movie.
They didn't have like
Who
fake
killed Captain
prop-
Alex or 400 Blows?
Nick, for Captain Alex.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't have access to any sort of like props.
Yeah,
so
no.
they made
They're in,
everything.
like,
they have this guy with like a
They're
bandolier
in like the
across his
slums.
chest.
They're in the slums,
And-
right? They're very poor.
Yeah, no, they have this guy with a bandolier across his chest, and I thought it was like it looks real, but if you look really closely,
Mhm.
they carved little sticks
Aw.
into bullets,
Oh,
and it's
And,
just all like little
yeah.
sticks along it.
The
It's
guy
so
who
crafty
made
and
it, he like makes all these films with just like his friends and village
Yeah.
and the people in
he
the,
had
the
to
town.
delete that. So that's why there's only the version with the
Track
with
the
the Joker
commentary.
track. So there's like
Just
there's
this
a guy that's
who's
basically just
going,
talking over
like,
the whole film, going like,
everybody in Africa knows kung fu or something.
yeah, he just yells random shit throughout the
He's-
movie.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Oh, swear in the episode. It's gotta be explicit.
Yeah. I think something like this, but the guy who made Captain Alex, he like edited it on a PC that he like built from scraps or something. Just crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Something.
I do
Just
know that
everybody
like
can
the
make a film.
reason why the film is lost is because he had so little storage on his computer.
yeah,
that
he had to
delete
delete
it to work
each
on his
film.
next film.
To
Wow.
just such a passion for filmmaking.
That's
And
what I
it's-
do
Extra
for our
copy as well.
episodes.
Yeah,
To delete each one before.
it's beautiful, and I love
Their
shit like that.
website too is really
So sick.
interesting.
Hollywood, man. Shout
Yeah.
out.
I think it's the Hollywood website. Like it has a whole ARG on it.
Here, throw up the Hollywood website. Let's
take
get
a
into
look.
this. 400 blows, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me as well.
Probably a 9 in a little bit.
I might put it at a 7,
How do you spell it?
Wow.
but I still really like it.
WAKALI, and then wood.
Oh wait, not the
No,
Wikipedia.
that's their
This one?
that-
So yeah,
Yeah,
Home of
this
the
is it.
best of the
Never-
best movies.
if you
Awesome.
never
Oh,
this website's
It's like
insane.
an egg.
No, there's seriously like a whole ARG on this website.
never pirate this
Get
film.
Ebola or so.
They're the best.
World
dude.
famous.
If you ever want to support a
Once upon a
filmmaker
time
who
in
truly
Uganda.
deserves your dollar, and you know your dollar's going to a good place, it's what Hollywood.
They're doing a world tour.
Yeah, dude, they fucking got flown out to TIFF, and they like did a panel at TIFF a few years
Oh,
ago.
we
How
should've gone.
sick is that?
Hell yeah.
Next time they're in Canada.
And how cool is that? This guy who loves films, you know, he's from this place of the world where just cinema is not really recognized as much, and he gets flown out and just acknowledged for his
Playboy.
efforts. It's awesome.
Bomb.
You go to their store though.
Bomb button. Oh, they have a store.
Store. Press Superstore.
Superstore.
Hell yeah.
Home of the best movies.
It's not loading.
I love how we end up talking about a different film.
No,
every
this
time.
is
Yeah. Well, we talked about the 400 blows for I think longer
Yeah.
than we've talked about any other film.
probably longer than we're gonna talk about The Killer, if I had to guess.
Yeah, if I had to guess with our special guest.
I don't know why we keep going on that one specifically. It's a few
Yeah.
bit away.
Still, yeah. This is cool.
it is
They
so
have a little
cool. Which one
zine.
did I get?
Captain
That
Alex.
one, dude. Signed DVD. It's so beautiful.
Only $14.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. Know
I
your worth,
gotta
you guys.
have to get it
Criterion
signed
prices.
DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. It's just the passion.
Look at that.
Look
Look at that computer.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
We're looking
and
at
this
the
was,
computer of the
I'm
guy.
surprised you hadn't heard of it, but it's a very
No.
popular film online.
I don't think you ever find out who kills him in the movie.
Don't spoil
Hey,
it, dude.
hey, no spoilers,
They have
please.
some great other films. Bad Black. That's a great
Bad
title.
Black, yeah. I saw that down here.
Another funny thing in Who Killed Captain
We
Alex
could buy a double feature.
for like props. They're in like a bar or like a.
You get all of those.
It almost seems to be like a bar or like a speakeasy or something, but they've or like a restaurant or something. But they have like these drinks, and they're supposed to be like cocktails. They just
Yeah.
put like paint in water.
Here's what we should do. We should
awesome.
do a Hollywood special episode.
Yeah,
where we
a
just
shout out
watch
to a
all of them.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a great app.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, fair.
more people can know about it, all our listeners.
Yeah.
So I might have to buy.
we will
might
spread
have-
the word.
We will, yeah.
We're
I might have to
getting
buy
them.
We're
Who Killed
groundbreaking.
Captain Alex. And
I have that one.
Do you think
so
we could get the
400
director to
blows.
come on the pod
Maybe.
if we flew him out?
We'll fly him out. We'll, pull
We'll
our
fly him. We got that
resources.
budget.
We got that soon loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, 400 blows. I have to buy it now because I pirated it. It's the only one I had to.
Who Killed Captain Alex? Then 400 blows.
Yeah.
For
Maybe for the next 50% off sale.
Buy order. Dude,
Oh,
Who
yeah.
Killed Captain Alex? I was gonna ask you guys, what's your dream criterion? It's Who Killed Captain Alex.
Oh,
Yeah.
like to
I-
enter the
Unironically,
collection?
it would fit.
I actually think they should put it on there.
Unironically, it'd be
World cinema. And,
It's not
world cinema, hard to
it's not-
access.
yep.
Culturally
by any
important.
means a
Like
good
looking at
movie,
this in
but-
like context of like meme culture and internet culture,
Mhm.
it's very
No, hold on. That wasn't fair. I said it's not by any means a good movie. It's not
I think it is.
traditionally a good movie.
Yeah.
But I think it is culturally
it's
significant
groundbreaking.
enough.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I think it is more about cultural significance.
And
Like, look at
extremely
Solo. Why would
impressive.
else would Solo be in the collection?
Because this says a lot about fascism, dude.
Yeah.
About how
okay.
bad it is.
Fascism bad.
Fascism's bad.
Yeah.
That one's for you, Keegan.
Fascism bad. Now this is a 4-hour episode.
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Do you guys have any dream criterions? What would you like to see on the collection?
Well,
I like Birdman, but I'm just looking at the cover for it because that's the only poster I have
A
up
better
in my room.
RoboCop release?
I think Arrow has a really good RoboCop already,
Okay.
so that's okay.
I'd love
I
some
would
box
say
sets.
Yeah,
Just like a Cronenberg box set.
Cronenberg
So
box set.
I feel like I might talk
Crash
about
on
this.
there.
I want
in
some
the
Von
future.
Trier box sets. Not box sets, some just releases from him.
We need a Wes Anderson box set. There's not enough
Yeah,
Wes
dude.
Anderson on the collection.
I feel like I might talk about this in the future, but I don't know if we'll record it or not. But I think like Shrek definitely is.
Yeah,
something
more
that I could see
animated.
that Criterion.
More animation for
animated.
sure.
I think we need Ghibli movies on there. At least one of them.
I wonder if there's a thing with the releases because I
I
know
could s-
Ghibli releases their own. They have like
Yeah.
a special like
Oh.
steel book as well.
My friend owns
Shit,
like,
you know what?
all of
Disney
those.
has a big partnership with Ghibli.
fuck Disney.
I
dude.
would say, yeah.
But
come on,
they
Disney.
got
But
Wall-E.
Disney, yeah, I was gonna say it's part
No,
of Criterion now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but that's like the only Disney film.
It's
I
the
feel like
first one, I think. But I think
Disney.
That's crazy. It's
hates
the first
Wall-E.
one.
Disney hates
That's-
Wally.
I'm saying it.
You think so?
Why?
Maybe I don't know.
I love
Just because.
Wall-E. He's a
Yeah, you
cute.
love
He's a
Wall-E.
cute.
I love
He's a
Wall-E.
cute little robot.
Just a
Fuck
little
Disney.
Charlie Chaplin.
He is, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. I think they should have Shrek too, because like if yeah, and Shrek too.
Yeah.
Shrek
Shrek.
as well, and
Shrek
Shrek,
too.
2.
Guys, I just
Yeah.
realized something. Is Kevin Hart the modern day Charlie Chaplin?
No.
Think about it. Think about
Don't have to
it.
think about it that hard.
He's like a goofy little guy.
A goofy little man.
Depreciating.
Yep.
Who,
But,
who yells? Chaplin doesn't yell.
Chaplin doesn't yell.
Fuck. Never
Does
mind, guys.
Kevin Hart write?
I was just thinking in terms of like characters, because Kevin Hart always plays the same like loud guy. You know.
Yeah.
Did
In my
Charlie,
experience, at least, I haven't seen a ton of Kevin Hart to be fair. But
Let's see Kevin Hart's Uncut Gems. Let's
Yeah.
see him.
so I don't know.
I don't know. Did Charlie Chaplin put cheese on his wife's nipples?
Did Kevin Hart do that?
Yeah, that was in a like a little bit of banter between The Rock and Kevin
I
Hart.
love their banter.
And he's
but
saying, like,
I'm also worried it's
The
all
Rock's going like, you never put
PR.
a little bit of cheese on the wife's nipples, and then he's like, no, I never did that. And he's like, you told me. He's like, I said that in confidence.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of hate the both of them, but I love their dynamic. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I
What's your
think
What's your favorite
wouldn't say
Kevin
I
Hart
hate Kevin
The Rock
Hart.
movie?
Oh Jesus,
There's Central Intelligence.
I like that one.
Maybe
Maybe
there's the one where The Rock is
that's-
fat.
that's Central Intelligence.
That is Central
Yeah.
Intelligence. There's the
Jumanji,
Jumanji 2, which is actually Jumanji 3 and 4.
I actually don't want to watch the Jumanji movies.
Too bad.
with The Rock.
You have
next
to.
I have to. I don't
They're
want
fine.
to.
Yeah,
They
I hate
just
The Rock,
seem-
and I hate Kevin Hart by proxy. I guess. Fuck, I don't hate The Rock. What am I talking? I don't know.
You're gonna get us canceled, Ethan.
I don't
used to like
The
The Rock.
I'll say it.
Because
I've never been
he
a
was
big
like
fan of
he
The
was like
Rock.
a meme in my group, right?
Mm.
So I had this like love of him because he's Dwayne. He's a
The Rock
stupid
Johnson.
guy. But as he's just fucking stupid. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
super smart, but
Okay, like
Oh, I
as a
think he is
person-
super smart. Yeah.
As a
Same
person, I
roles
think
every
he's a
time.
completely fine person. Like
just
I
hustling out
I
there.
definitely could be like, if I got to hang out with The Rock, I would probably be like, hey,
yeah,
this is
He
awesome.
seems very nice, very well.
He,
PR
he reminds
trained
me
at
of
least.
Stallone, where it's like he is constantly playing just like he's got to be the winner, he's got to be the biggest guy in the movie.
in
but-
the room
Yeah.
too.
That's what I hate. I think I just hate
He ripped a gate off
him
his house.
in movies. He doesn't particularly act very well. He just
No.
plays
No.
the same character.
Maybe he's the modern day Charlie Chaplin.
But I also think that The Rock knows kind of
He
what
knows
people
what he
want
is.
from him, right?
Yeah, but for me, it's like when there might be a movie that I want to see, and then they slap The Rock in it, and I'm
You
like,
know
I
it's a
don't
shit
want to
film.
see it.
Yeah, you know exactly what it's going to be
I
every
saw.
time.
Speaking of, if The Rock's a good guy, I saw this insane schizophrenic post on Instagram where they're talking about how he's a pedophile who eats babies, and their evidence was
the
just
video where he
like,
kisses the baby.
yeah, it was stuff like that, just like appearances on like SNL and in films where he'll just say some innocuous line, and they'll jump in and be like, this is actually about the secret code.
It's just
about how they
cathartic to him.
eat babies. And they took this clip from SNL
Oh my god.
where it's like this invention about killing babies or something. But they censored the part where he says killed, and they're like, he's saying fucking babies. He's like, he's a pedophile.
It's a goddamn pedo.
Which, you know, I'm sure most of Hollywood is pedophiles, but
That reminds
Seems
me
like
of
a lot.
joke Jim Carrey
Yeah.
did on, I think it was Jimmy Fallon or something, but he goes like, he's like, I'm tired of no one talking about it. He says like Illuminati or something. Like he's obviously joking
Yeah.
about the whole thing, and then he pretends to get a phone call, and he's like, "Sorry, I'm saying I love
Yeah.
what's going on."
Yeah.
and then it was on YouTube Shorts, so one of the like title for it was like, "Is he telling the truth?"
oh my god.
And it was like it was an obvious bit,
So
and
many
everyone in the
skits.
comments was like,
Yeah.
"You know what? I know it sounds like he's joking, but I think he's saying real stuff
Yeah,
here."
I see a lot of that because on my
Coming from
Instagram
Jim
reels-
Carrey, though, you know, he's
on my
he's an
Instagram
interesting
reels,
guy.
dude, I get so many like conspiracy theorists, like just schizophrenic, mentally unwell people.
Yeah.
It's
all of the people in the comments were like or not all the people. There was a few people focusing more on the
yeah, and
late night show host because he like laughs. He's kind of I don't
Fallon
think he
always
finds
laughs.
the joke that funny.
Shut the fuck up, Jim.
No, I don't think he finds the joke that funny. So he's just kind of like forcing out a laugh
Yeah.
for the audience, and everyone's
you
like,
think he'd be good at that though?
he's pretending. He's
can
making
tell he's
Jim Carrey
faking
look like
it.
a clown.
Not a very good actor. I have to go make a call, but you guys can continue on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will this be for our recommendation?
Do you want us to do the call without you? We got. I guess we got like
Maybe I
We
can
got-
call someone.
an hour and a half.
I'm gonna call
left
Keegan.
in 10
I'm gonna call
minutes, so-
Keegan. See if
No,
he
that would
picks
make
up.
only 2.5 hours left.
Yeah, those conspiracy theorists, man.
Should I call Keegan as well? Get both Keegans in a
We
fight?
could.
Keegan fight.
Keegan fight. I'm gonna call Keegan. Better fucking answer.
So, hey Keegan, you're on the Critter Pit podcast.
What's up, Keegan?
Here's Keegan.
Dude, you're interrupted. I'm calling Keegan, by the way.
I might also call.
What's up, Keegan? Bro, you are on the Critter Pit podcast live. What's up?
Get closer.
I'm okay.
You might want to put the phone closer to the top of the microphone.
Oh.
It's not picking it up.
Yeah, we talked about you a lot on this episode, Keegan.
Oh, I'm glad.
So you have a lot to look forward to when you listen to this. But my question for you is, have you ever seen the film The 400 Blows?
No, I haven't.
Okay, and what's a film you would recommend to the people at home?
Gotta go with Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Fuck yeah.
Oh
Great
yeah.
film. Graham likes it. Thank you.
Hold on. Wait. Keep him on. Keep him on for a second.
Graham wants me to keep you on because he has a friend named Keegan, and he wants to do a Keegan fight. You're not at work right now, are you? Okay.
Hello, Keegan. You're on the Critter Pit podcast once again. Okay. I want to know. Have you seen the film The 400 Blows?
The 400 Blows. I have not, no.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have another film you'd like to recommend?
Another film. Geez, I don't know. I just watched the Kinsman, like all three of the Kinsman movies.
Okay.
So you want to say the Kingsman trilogy?
Yeah, sure.
It's no Rocky Horror Picture
Okay.
Show, though.
We also have Keegan on the phone here. So if you guys want to fight it out, we have another Keegan here.
Oh, I'm cooler.
The other Keegan has two E's in his name. Keegan?
That is interesting.
I bet you don't like that, do you?
I personally am a fan of the one system, but you know, to each their own. Well, everyone finds their own way. The one E is more of a Kagan than a Keegan.
Ooh.
Kagan. How do you feel about that?
Gotta disagree. You know, you want to be basic, you can be basic. I'll take the reference spelling.
Shots fired.
The thing is with Kagan, like, come on, Keegan.
kind of cut out there.
Oh, well, 5 letters is you're not putting as much effort into yourself. Like, with,
So he's
So he's
saying
saying
you're
you're
lazy.
lazy,
Kagan?
Kagan.
now that I can't dispute. That is a fact.
So I think
So I
we
think we
found
found common ground here.
All right.
So
So
Kagan
might be a little more lazy,
while
while
Keegan might
Keegan
be
might be a little more
motivated.
motivated. Well,
Thank you,
thank you,
Keegan. Kagan.
Okay, this was fun. Thank you for
And I'll
for
talk
coming
to you
back
later.
on.
You'll be on the cast one day.
What?
Goodbye. Well, that was fun.
Oh,
What's that?
he's plugging some of his music.
Oh, shit.
That was good. That's beautiful.
Kagan also plays music. What does Keegan play?
I think Keegan can probably play most instruments. but
Wow.
His main one, I think, is the saxophone. Is it still the saxophone?
Because my Keegan only
Majoring in jazz saxophone.
or jazz saxophone?
the
Like, my piano skills are not the greatest.
Ow. Is this the Critter Pit theme? Is that what we're hearing right now?
The Critter Pit theme.
Dude.
It's gonna have to sample the
Yeah.
phone audio from this episode, and
Oh yeah, totally.
The Keegan.
You guys want to hear a more complete thing then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show.
okay. We got like 2.5 more hours
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
podcast to do. So
Take your time. I hope this goes through well, because this is beautiful.
Like I said, my piano skills are not
it's better than mine.
That was beautiful, my friend.
That was
That was
beautiful.
beautiful.
The Keegan I know only plays guitar.
Oh,
Alright.
you know what? My summer project this year is to get a guitar and learn how to play
Damn.
blues.
Shout out.
Yeah, we got a whole symphony from.
Yeah.
We had a Keegan fight.
We had a
like, you missed
Keegan
so much.
fight. Yeah, the Keegan spot. It got pretty heated, but Keegan handled.
Keegan's fight.
Okay.
Wait, why did the Keegans fight?
Well,
I
there's
might let you go now.
there's a bit of a dispute
Alright, sounds good. I have to go to the workshop pretty soon anyway.
because
Okay, thank
the
you.
one Keegan, my Keegan 1E, this Keegan
Right.
2Es. So there was a pretty heated debate.
Oh, about
It
which
got
is
good.
better?
It was actually pretty juicy.
I'm excited to listen
Yeah.
to that back then.
Yeah, and we got
It's
a lot
gonna be a
of
little surprise for you.
music. So my Keegan recommended Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Classic. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
Great film. Hasn't
Keegan.
seen 400 Blows.
God damn it. Has your Keegan seen 400 Blows?
No, my Keegan has not seen 400 blows.
Have we called anyone who has seen it?
One of these days.
No.
No, who did we call last week? No.
Did Matt see one of the movies?
Man, I think he did say he saw it. Didn't he?
Yeah, I think he said he
Did we call
saw.
Matt on Amarcord?
We
Yeah.
did. No, he didn't see Amarcord.
Yeah.
He didn't see it. Someone
Okay, what have we
saw one
done?
of
What
them.
have we done?
Films?
Yeah. What's the
Oh.
first one?
Grand Illusion.
Grand
Seven
Illusion.
Samurai.
Seven Samurai. Who
Was
did we
it
call
the-
for Seven Samurai? they
Wait,
must have
maybe-
seen it.
Who the hell was it?
Fiona, my friend.
She'd seen it?
Yeah, you were on Seven Samurai, right?
Well, maybe there's someone in the. Maybe
Jake
there's
was.
someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. There could be someone in a couple episodes from now that has seen one of the films.
Just have like a premonition. Maybe Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Maybe Beauty and the Beast.
Maybe the killer.
Maybe the killer.
Who did we call?
No.
Who will we call for episode 8, the killer? Let's brainstorm. that.
Whoever we decide to call, I think we're gonna have Troy on. So
Yeah, we're gonna have
we'll
Troy
let-
Yeah,
on,
we're
so
gonna have
we
our
don't
boy Troy.
necessarily
Troy
need to
doesn't.
call.
Troy doesn't. You know.
Our boy
I feel like
Troy.
we did
He
call
knows a lot
someone.
of people,
No, I
but
don't
he
think so.
he doesn't have a lot of people's numbers.
Yeah.
so he probably
You did.
won't.
Or
You called Uthman.
Sexy boy Uthman you're going to call.
Yeah, we're gonna call him. Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I know. I
just
wouldn't
have
have
a
pulled that
feeling.
out of nowhere. Sexy boy Uthman.
We plan these
No,
Sexy
episodes.
boy not
We plan
Not
these
Uthman,
episodes quite far in advance.
These are very
Yeah.
So-
as I've said, we're galaxy brained. We're
Yeah.
just doing breadcrumbs right now.
It all comes together.
The Critter Pit we like to consider a narrative.
Yeah.
We're weaving a narrative.
We're all. The idea in my head is that we're all stuck in this pit, and it's just characters just keep dropping in.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Ethan and I can't get out.
Because we're in the
Okay.
goon pit.
Yeah.
We're
too
consumerist
deep
pigs.
down.
You know,
We
Yeah.
like the pit.
we like the pit. It's the cave.
We're the
the
cave.
allegory of the.
We have guests in to try and tell us that it's like,
Our
oh, there's all these
criterion,
other
they're
things.
just shadows on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably
Okay.
true.
It is
'cause
true.
I've dropped over $500 on Criterion, so
Whoa.
probably not that much actually.
It's close.
It's close though.
I was looking at my account. Yeah.
It's kind of overpriced.
It is.
It is for sure.
At sale,
Yeah.
it was a good price. That 50% off
It
sale.
is.
It still
great
hurts,
price, but-
even on the sale.
Does. I'm
Yeah.
so reeling from that.
They're great though.
I love.
They
them.
should just give these films out for free.
Well, that's why we're doing this,
Our
so that
ultimate
we
goal
can.
is to get in the Criterion closet. Are you familiar with the concept?
No.
It's this closet where they have all the Criterions, and Criterion themselves will like bring in directors, actors.
Yeah,
film
and then they
people,
get them to
Okay.
talk
they can
about
just-
the movies.
They
and-
can just take films, whatever
Yeah.
they want, so free. So we need to get to a point where we're
Okay.
acclaimed enough so we can get in that closet.
We
Yeah.
need to start making some films. Maybe with
No, this
if we do
cast
The
is our
Crow.
way in.
yeah,
Like, you
This-
guys,
this cast will get us there.
This is the greatest advertising you'll ever get.
It truly is. We're just
We are
promoting you guys for
consumerist
like
little-
hours a
consumerist
week.
little pigs.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, we
If
love
we
'em.
do
Buy
The
them.
Crow,
My
we do The
Criterion's are
Crow.
red, by the way.
If we do The Crow.
Brandon
Todd?
Lee.
Dan's class. No, for Dan's class. Well, that's what I've named my script.
The Crow. We're gonna cast
do
Brandon
that.
Lee.
Rip.
Brandon Fraser.
Brandon Lee, the guy who played the Crow in the movie The Crow.
I didn't see the movie.
Oh.
What's the movie The Crow? I didn't know that was.
You don't know about this movie?
It's the film where Brandon Lee,
Got shot.
Bruce Lee's son, got shot on set and died.
Oh shit! That was the same people working on it as that one with what's his name? The one that just
Alec
happened.
Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin.
That's
yeah.
crazy. That
It
can't
was
be
the-
true.
I'm pretty sure it was either the same director.
No.
No, no,
Or
no.
it was
No,
the
no,
same like props person.
No, I know
This
that
was in the, like
this.
the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, the props person is a young nepo baby for the Alec Baldwin.
I don't know. I heard some
Oh,
people
shit.
were the
Yeah.
same as the
Intrigue.
Crow.
Maybe.
Some of the crew.
You know, the thing with Nepo babies is sometimes you get
Sometimes you get Jack Quaid, who's pretty good.
a Brandon Cronenberg, and sometimes you get a dead actor.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Not
It's a
kill
mixed
actors.
bag.
Just
We'll never know
You
if
know?
Brandon Lee was all that in a bag of chips.
It's pretty good in that
personally,
movie.
like
I haven't seen it.
it's very gothic.
talking about
Yeah.
solving the problem of not having people get shot on set.
Don't have
I
guns.
I don't think the way to solve it is to not have live rounds on set. I think the way to
Just
solve
have
it is
more.
is-
We need more
Yeah.
guns.
Everyone should be armed.
If everyone was armed,
I
no
think
one
if
would
someone
get shot.
On a film
pulls
set.
out a gun and people suspect they have a live round in it, they should pull out a gun with live rounds to be able
Exactly.
to protect.
To protect themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that that's real logic.
Teachers should have
Guns,
guns.
yeah.
Teachers are the most mentally unstable people I think you
Dude.
can come across on a daily basis. I don't think they should have
Had a
guns.
gun. Oh, we'd all be dead.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I had a teacher with a gun. It was
In
a
the
Nerf
class?
gun,
Oh.
but he shot at least 4 children in my time in his class.
Is that why there are so few people in your graduating class? They just didn't
Yeah.
last.
Just getting gunned down.
Yeah.
It is
there's quite a
North
few.
Battleford.
What are you gonna do?
are you
You
gonna
got
do?
to be armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
How
Alec
long do we
Baldwin.
have? Still 2.5 hours.
This was a
left.
long episode already.
Alex
We did-
still working?
Alex?
Baldwin?
Oh, Alec. I think so. I don't know. I thought he got charged with something. I don't know what
guess,
happened to that
like-
case.
Not really any fault on him, really.
He was a producer on the film.
Do we want to do another call? Is it 11:11? It is. It's 11:11 right now.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean,
We could.
do we
could
want
do
to keep
another
going?
call.
Or?
Let's-
Should we talk about our project? I thought Jake was going to be here, and then we could have talked about it more. I guess Emily as
Let's
well.
call Jake and get him
Yeah.
over here in the halfway through the podcast. I'm gonna call him and see if he answers.
Okay. My Jake. This is an extravaganza of an episode. We did talk about the movie for like a full hour though. So, yeah.
Should I call him with camera on or?
Well, I mean, there's no video in this.
Yeah, but just so we can. Damn, my hairline.
There's a
what the hell?
trilogy. Oh yeah, I guess the prequel.
What do you guys think of the Kingsman movie? So first,
one
good.
Second one awful.
I didn't think it was awful. I thought it was
The second one?
okay.
Yeah, first one. The second one was weird. Like the cannibal
I would,
plot.
yeah,
and
it'd be
just-
hard to say it was like a good film, but it was.
Yeah,
I liked the choreography. I liked the music. I liked the
I've only
actors.
seen the second one once, and
I've also only
Yeah,
seen it once.
I-
King's Man.
King's Man?
Awful.
I didn't find it awful. I kind of
No,
liked
it
how they
was
switched up the
bad.
protagonist halfway through. I thought that was interesting.
I thought that film suffered so much from not knowing what it wanted to do. Like it starts off as a Kingsman movie,
And then it becomes World War One.
and then it becomes
is the
nine. It
King's
literally, who's the King's Man?
Ray Fiennes.
And is he a historical figure or just some
No,
Joe?
these are all
Joe
made
Blow?
up people.
What? I thought Rasputin was in that.
Oh
But
yeah,
there's some historical figures in
yeah.
Is
the
Hitler
movie, but-
part of that? I heard there was a post-credit scene with Hitler.
yeah.
That's
Is
so
there?
You don't know about
funny.
this? Yeah, it's like I think
Maybe I didn't
it's
see
Lenin, maybe Mussolini, or it's like two dictators. And then they're like, "There's a new person in the game."
There's a new dog.
And then Hitler comes out of the shadows.
Fuck
That is
off.
real in the movie.
Dude,
Post credit
does that
scene.
make the
they
movie good?
teased
If
Hitler.
the whole movie had that tone, that'd be the greatest film.
The movie is silly. The whole
Does it
time.
have that,
Rasputin
like-
is silly.
because
Well, that's kind of the tone.
because
of,
that
like,
scene
the
sounds
first-
hilarious.
What I also like
Kingsman.
about The King's Man is that there's like the three powers or whatever. Like there's the
'Cause that
Tsar,
sounds
the
like a
king,
fascinating
and
film.
Rasputin, and then like the Tsar and King. They're cousins in real life, right? And so they're both played by the same guy.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of
yeah.
interesting.
It sounds
just
like
showing
a great
how
premise.
silly World War
Just
One
like
is.
spy comedy action intrigue.
Yeah,
in like this
it kinda
time period
goes-
where
I
not
don't
many
know.
people know about
I
it.
agree with Graham. It doesn't really know what it is
And
because
it's all
some
these
moments are very
old
Yeah, because
creaking
so
powers.
the first like it's just under like half. It's probably like a third of the movie. The first third is like a
It's Kingsman again. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's great. And then you get to the middle, and it literally like is the plot of
Yeah.
1917.
But
Except without any of the good stuff they had in 1917.
Not a great film there either.
I'll be honest. I
Gimmick of
didn't
1917
pay
is-
attention very much to that part. I don't know how they ended up in the situation that they got.
In
and then
1917?
you get a protagonist change.
yeah, which
I
I did
like-
like that.
I
I thought
like
that
a
was
good
interesting.
protagonist.
I think
was
you can
it was
do that, and I think
unexpected.
that's an interesting thing to do. But it just disrupts the pace of the movie so
Well,
much.
and then the movie takes a 180. Like
Yeah, and then it
it
becomes,
becomes a
like
geezer
s-
teaser.
Because that sounds like such a funny movie. If you had
It-
just
it-
this like
The last like half
comedy
of the movie
action
is,
spin on just these
No, the last
politics.
half of the movie it has some comedic elements, but for the most part
Rasputin's
it's just
funny.
like drama action.
That's
Yeah.
damn.
I didn't mind it though.
It's a shame because I
It's
really
it's a
I think
like
World
5
War
out of
One
10.
politics are fun, and I think that was my favorite part of Grand Illusion. Was just like
the silly.
I just love the idea of like the dying of the old world, the creaking of all these old empires, and they just explode in this war where the warfare was just attrition. It was
Yeah.
awful. They just dug trenches, and stayed in these awful like pits of hell for years.
Yeah.
No lines were moved in the majority of battles. It's crazy.
Oh, you know what?
It's a fascinating war, and I think
also
I think
calling this
media should
crazy.
address it more because I don't know.
agree.
It's fascinating. Down
I'm
World
also-
War II, taking all.
I'm
the
also
clout.
calling this crazy, but compared to like
nonsense,
World War
man.
One and Two, it's not that crazy. I have a friend who thinks King's Man was better than 1917.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't think Kingsman
I-
or 1917 is amazing. So
I thought it was like, well,
it's like
obviously it's not a
technically
perfect
very
film, but I
good.
thought it was very great.
Yeah.
Technically
I-
very good,
yeah.
but
Just in terms of like,
Birdman is a
with-
better one-shot movie though.
oh for sure because Kingsman has
Yeah, it
like
is.
nothing, man, just beyond the gimmick and the technology. It
But
has
the gimmick and technology are insane.
they are insane, but it's it's such a hollow film, in my
King's
opinion.
Man or are you talking about
1917.
War bad,
1917?
Ethan.
War is bad. I want to get to my
War
brother.
bad.
I don't know. I really liked it because to me it was like having almost no perspective on World War One. I'm horrible at history and everything. And you kind of
Yeah,
you see
I
like
love
you
those bits.
documentaries and talk about it, but then
It was so cool.
like, there was homages to war film, like people that in the war were filming it. Like that's what the whole one.
and it
shot
was
thing
amazing,
came
but
from. was-
I would have gotten a lot more out of it if it had like characters and
obviously it's like World War II filmmaking, but
yeah,
Yeah.
because there some of those sequences in that film are just so incredible. Like the scene where
Yeah.
he's like fucking running across no man's land as they're doing the charge.
Yeah.
Or the scene where he's in that like
Wonder Woman did it better,
decrepit
though.
town and it's only lit by the flares.
Mhm.
That's like
Yeah.
one of those moments I remember watching a film where I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The film form can be so much like
Yeah.
more. You know?
Roger
And then when he
Deakins is so cool too. Like he's got his blog.
Yeah.
He seems like
He's
a
a
really
goat.
cool guy. And
He's a
When he
goat.
finally makes it to the other like troop or like battalion or whatever, and there's all those like ugly people listening to the guy sing.
Dude,
yeah,
I love the singing in that movie.
I'm a big fan of ugly people in movies. We need more ugly people in movies.
That was literally what I said the first time I saw it. Or no, it was actually the second
love
time
that
I saw
song.
it with my friends at a cabin, and the camera like pans over to like all the people watching, and I go, "Oh, a bunch of uglies, isn't it?"
Yeah. Films need
They
ugly
were
people.
particularly ugly people. I will
Because
say.
people are kinda
Sorry
just
to
ugly.
any of the actors.
People are ugly.
And
Most people are ugly. That's the thing.
not even ugly.
No, they
Everyone's
were
just
particularly
okay,
ugly. Like they were
You know?
probably
Ugly.
British.
Everyone's ugly.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you need more misshaped people in films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There used
no,
to
I
be
think
so
it-
many
I
more.
think-
Amarcord,
Amarcord
great-
has some great looking people.
great
Weird faces.
mushy people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that song in 1917 though. Do you know
I
the
don't
song
know.
I'm referring
No.
to? I'm going there to see my mother.
Yeah.
That one?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
that song stuck in my head forever.
Yeah. Those kind of songs are very powerful.
I do remember like.
I just
yeah,
wish
but
there was
couldn't
more to that
sing
film.
it.
We should remake it.
We could
Should
make it
remake
better.
1970.
We should.
Yeah.
That's what we should hand in for our
Fucking
adaptation project.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in that movie just randomly, and it's so distracting.
Colin Firth is in it.
Yeah.
He's in
A
like
lot of
such a
people are in
small
that
role,
movie.
and if you're gonna cast a character in that role, I think it's just distracting at that point to have him in like
Yeah, I
a
think
10-minute
Benedict
role.
Well, especially when it's
Cumberbatch was a
Benedict, who's got
mistake.
such a unique look already. Like not an everyman.
Just-
you know.
Save
Yeah.
yourself a couple milli and just cast
Cast
someone
me.
else.
Cast me.
Cast,
I can do. I can do a good British accent. Can I? Isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't it pretty
one of
good,
the-
bruv?
Me mum.
Go fight the war. Eh?
Things
I'm gonna
about
go fight the Great War, the
Isn't it?
last
No,
one.
The last. This is gonna be
Hold
the
on,
last
Jake
war,
is
isn't it,
texting
bruv?
me.
In it.
What's up? Critter
Jake,
Pit.
call
Jake,
Jake.
why aren't you here?
Let's call him. Let's see if
Fuck
he's
it,
gonna
bro.
answer.
Come on, Jake. Barely
You
coming
can
through.
barely hear it, yeah.
Good old Snapchat audio. No, we're coming through. You're just ruining the call.
Is that louder? No, that is.
Yeah.
That is very silent. See if he answers.
He's just tapping the mic.
Look at that. How cool is that?
It just looks so cool.
Here, let me do some cool patterns.
Oh, he's not answering. Oh, he's texting me something. No Critter Pit today for me.
Bitch.
I'm saying
We're planning our
no
project.
blows for you.
No, Jake, we just wanted to talk to you, bro.
Jake.
If both the Keegans can pick up
Yeah.
and Jake cannot, I'm starting
on,
to think
so
those 25 blows should go to someone else.
Yep.
Yeah,
Keegan, you're getting 25.
Mouth's ready.
25. You know what? I'll double it for Keegan.
Which Keegan?
Your Keegan.
Nice. Big
Shout out.
win. Big win.
And my Keegan. You know what? 50 blows
it,
for
dude.
you.
Yeah.
We're in a generous
They're
mood.
big fans.
50 blows to Gryffindor.
I'm sad that I missed Keegan's call. But
He said I always get my blows.
Nah. Well,
Not today.
this has been an experience.
yep. It's still been the
We're going to go
longest.
for another 2 hours and 20 minutes, but we're going to cut it because we're going to get
Yeah.
very racist
Yeah.
and homophobic.
The rest of this episode is just
and
terrible.
Sexist. And yeah, so we're going to cut it, but it is going to be
Just
4
know
hours.
that there is an extended version floating around out there somewhere.
And we're going to be watching Beauty and the Beast next,
Yep.
then the Titanic film, and then The
And
Killer.
then The Killer, which we haven't already seen.
Yeah, none of us have seen it,
Yeah.
but
so
we're
I'm
all
excited.
looking
We're
forward
going to get
to
Troy
it.
on that episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, goodbye, Critter Pit Nation.
Bye, critters. Keep on hustling.